Good evening, everyone, and you are now watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live's basketball coverage. We ended on a bang when we did the Calvary football state championships Friday night. That was our last football game we're going to do, and now we're moving on to basketball season, and we have a good one for you tonight. We got a border war showdown. We got the Glenwood Gators led by Dusty Perdue, and we have who coaches the girls and boys, and then we got Coach Jonathan Norton, longtime coach for Columbus State, Hall of Famer, legend there, and now he's the lead man here at Calvary. And then Jonathan Gordon on the boys' side. Richard Holdrige alongside Thrift, Barringer. We are in for a treat tonight. These rivals have played each other for the last 20 years. They don't like each other, and it's going to make for a really intense and fun evening of basketball.
Back on the campus of Calvary Christian a couple of days later, and this has really been a packed house. I've been here. I was watching the middle school team play. The JV team played earlier, and it really was a packed house. We're going to see a lot of fans here in this gymnasium. Calvary Christian comes into this contest 3-1 on the season, and the Glenwood Gators girls basketball team is 3-2 on the season. Should be a great night for some basketball.
Last year, the Calvary Christian Knights lost in the semifinal, came up just short of making it to the state championship. On the flip side, the Glenwood Gators, they had won back-to-back state championships, made it to the state championship again, and came up just short. So the Glenwood girls, they are the favorite in the AISA to win it all again this year. Coach Purdue's got a powerhouse on the girls' side. But then with the Calvary Christian Knights, do not sleep on them. Coach Grant Smithwick, Coach Jonathan Norton, and they have a star-studded lineup in the green and black. So we are just moments away from the starting lineups, Richard.
Well, they got a lot of returning starters from last year, including the leading scorer, Lily Miller. She averaged 15 points last year. Well, she's improved her point total to 3 points. She's averaging 18.8 points a game. And how about Michaela Reed? She was a starter as a 7th grader last year. She is averaging 18 points a game and actually leads with 3 steals. Right, so she is one of those guards, a two-way guard, likes to defend the ball and likes to score the basket as well. So they got some pretty good players. Yeah. And we're ready for this as the PA announcer is actually getting ready to announce the starting lineups.
So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll chop it up a little bit more right before tip-off. It's Glenwood and Calvary here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. All right, welcome back, everyone. And now the starting lineups, and we're going to first start with the Glenwood Gators. You got number 2, Annie Grace Griggs, senior, 5'9", who signed a softball scholarship. You also got number 3, Hallie Palmore. So let me talk about Hallie Palmore for a moment. She came on about halfway through the season as a starting point guard, and Coach Purdue said he should have done it way before then, and she was one of the catalysts that turned the Gator season around and led them all the way to the state runner-up, which they were last year. Then you got Olivia Slocum, senior, 5'6". Then down low, she is a dominant force. Kayla Davis, you're going to see a lot of her tonight at 5'11", number 5. And then Clara Crisco is the junior. There is your starting 5 for Coach Dusty Purdue and the Glenwood Gators.
The starting lineup for the Calvary Christian Lady Knights. Number 5, Reagan Van. Number 11, Emily Karstoffen. Number 21, Olivia Rhodes, a senior. Then you have number 34, Alexis Smith, and number 1, that is the 8th grader, the point guard, Michaela Reed.
Yes,
and we're going to see a lot of Lily Miller coming off the bench as well.
Yeah, and Lily Miller can fill it up and fully expect to see her a lot. She was a leading scorer for the Calvary Christian Knights last season. Now, let me tell you something about Michaela Reed. I was talking with her mom beforehand, and when we did the Border Wars last year and saw her for the first time as a 7th grader, we called her like a pesky gnat. She's all over the place. She's that gnat at the barbecue that just won't go away, and that is exactly how she plays. She is elite on defense. She is super aggressive. She's not scared of anyone, won't back down from any pressure, and she is coming to her own. She is only an 8th grader, averaging 18 points a game. She just scored 40, by the way, a few games ago. That's pretty impressive for an 8th grader, Richard.
Pretty impressive with this Calvary Christian team. 3-1. They started out 3-0. They defeated Brookstone that went to the GIAA state championship game last year and lost to Spencer. That is a 2A school in the GHSA. The Glenwood Gators are 3-2 on the season. They get this, they lost to Marist, a 6A school out of Atlanta, and Terrell Academy, a GIAA school out of Dawson.
Yeah. 2 really good programs.
So really, their records don't reflect these type of teams because they do play up to the competition in the non-region play.
So we did do basketball last week for Thanksgiving Classic, but this is really the tip-off for what is going to be a long but fun basketball season here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we are underway, and could have been backcourt that wasn't called, surprisingly, after the tip. So Michaela Reed is going to do a step-back 3, and off the mark, no good, and the ball is stolen, and here comes Olivia Slocum. Slocum to Palmore. Palmore goes up strong, and they're going to say she double-dribbled.
Early turnover by Glenwood going back to Calvary. I like the aggressiveness of Calvary just getting a shot. Michaela Reed running that point. We saw her in the Border Wars last year as a 7th grader.
Now Glenwood obviously in man-to-man. Motion offense for Calvary. Pull up, 15-foot jump shot. No good, and nice rebound from Palmore, and here comes the point guard. And she takes too many steps, and that's going to be her 2nd straight turnover. And Coach Purdue is saying, slow down, get the ball up. And sometimes, as a point guard, you feel like you need to be the primary ball handler, and you need to dribble all the way up to find the person. Well, sometimes giving it up quickly, and the ball travels a lot faster in the air than it does being dribbled.
2 early turnovers for Glenwood.
Reed, good defense from Palmore. There is your shot clock. It's at 13 seconds. And that's going to be a steal. Kayla Davis with the steal. Here comes Palmore. Palmore to the corner. 3-pointer on the way, just short. And nice rebound, Emily Karstoffen. Nobody picks up Reed. Reed slows it down and going to set up the offense. Coach Norton, who came from Columbus State, was the girls' basketball coach there for a long period of time. He's one of the best college coaches we've had around here, and now he's leading these Lady Knights, and he's done a great job in his 2nd season at the helm. Shot is blocked by Kayla Davis. To Palmore. Palmore to Davis. Battle for the loose ball, They're going to say jump ball. That was between Alexis Smith and Takayla Davis, and the arrow is going to be pointing into the direction of Glenwood.
So far in this game, it's been scoreless. We've had some good defense, a couple of turnovers.
But that's how you get the scoring going. You give it to the big girl, but Takayla Davis, a little too hard with the bank shot. Reed, another deep three, and cans that one. You better step up. She's averaging 18 a game, shooting over 40% from three. The girl can fill it up, and again, she's only an 8th grader. They're going to say Alexis Smith push Takayla Davis in the back, and obviously with Coach Purdue, they like to work the ball inside out instead of outside in. They rely on Takayla Davis in their offense to allow their shooters to get open shots. There's Davis. Palmore in the corner, dump down to Davis. Davis backs down, good move. Still not able to finish. Good move, but just not able to put the ball in. It's 3-0 Calvary. Reed.
I thought that was good defense by Alexis Smith as well. I think that shot was rushed. Reed did a good job coming back to the court. Nice pass.
Korsarfin. Shot no good by Olivia Rhodes. Reed. And they're going to call, I think, a hand check foul on Haley Palmore.
Reed has done a good job just running the floor for Calvary. I mean, she's got good ball movement and she's got good handles. And this flow of the offense goes through Reed, and she knows that she could get them down with quick offense.
Mimi Johnson just checked into the game for the Gators. Nice hezzy. Pull up. Floater, no good, but it goes right back into the hands of Reed. Three-pointer on the way is short. And not able to collect the rebound is Anna Grace Griggs, so it's going to stay with Calvary.
Calvary last year 17-7 as they lost to Konos Academy in the semifinals of the GAPS championships. 7-1 in the region.
Rhodes. We thought about shooting it from deep, and she will pull it. And they're going to say an illegal screen on number 21, Olivia Rhodes. So it's going to go back to Glenwood. 3-0 here with 4:28 remaining in the first quarter.
Thrift, we got a pretty jam-packed lineup of high school basketball around the Tri-City area. Shaw is at Jordan. We got Columbus at Smith Station. Kendrick is at Central Talbotton.
A lot happening around the Tri-City area for sure. Nice move by Anna Grace Griggs. Nice spin move and kisses it off the glass. And the Gators finally get on the board to make it 3-2 here. Very quiet right now in this one. I'm going to wake the fans up. Reed crosses over. Reed drives. Reed finishes with the contact and all. Michaela Reed extends it to three. Palmore to Johnson. Trying to work it in the post to Griggs, but Davis gets the rebound, and then she's fouled by Alexis Smith. Nice job getting good position by Takayla Davis, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
That was a good foul by Alexis Smith, as that would have been an easy bucket for Takayla Davis. Now she's going to go to the line. Down 5-2 so far. Michaela Reed has all the points for Calvary early on in this first quarter. Takayla Davis, the leading scorer on the Glenwood team last year that lost to Clark Prep in the state championship. But they're looking to get back as they are the favorites this year, as they are ranked number 1 in the AISA. Calvary likes to push the floor. Let's see Michaela Reed, see if, oh, nice screen.
Reed. Lily Miller for three is short.
We talked about Lily Miller coming off the bench. She led the team last year with 15.7 points a game. She is the leading scorer with 18.8 this year.
Lily can definitely fill it up beyond the arc. We saw that last year in the Border Wars when we did a couple of Calvary games. Good defense from Calvary right now. Man-to-man defense. Nice move by Mimi Johnson. Misses. Rebound to Kayla Davis. Lays it up and in, and we're tied at 5 here late in the first quarter.
Nice pass.
Wide open for 3 is no good. Korstarfin was open for days there. They're going to call a hand check foul on someone from Calvary. I don't know who that foul was on. They're going to call that on Addison Corbett, who just, excuse me, not Addison Corbett, Lily Miller from Calvary. Palmore loses control, able to get it to Griggs. Griggs drives, Griggs, wild shot, no good. Lily Miller right in there with the Kayla Davis. And some words between the two young ladies, which I like, the feistiness. It's the beauty of basketball. Michaela Reed with all 5 of the Calvary points. A deep 3 and a nice driving layup. Nice defense. I don't know who the foul was on there. And they called the foul on number 11, Emily Korstarfin. So that'll be her second. Emily will come out. Checking in now for Calvary, number 20, Anna Norton. And Glenwood is already in the bonus, is what it says on the scoreboard. So it is 5 fouls. You get after 5 fouls, they are in the bonus. So that will send number 4 for the Gators, Olivia Slocum, to the line.
You talk about this Glenwood girls basketball team last year, 25-7, 6-0 in the region. Lost to Clark Prep 59-49 in the championship game at the multiplex in Macon. And then the
Montgomery.
In Montgomery.
Wait, it's okay, but Macon is where
GIAA.
GIAA. Macon, Montgomery, they're all M's.
But that's Macon County actually, because that Macon East is over there.
Yeah, well, there you go. No wonder you got it mixed up.
That's very easy to get that mixed up.
Shout out to our guys, Toygar Isla and Christopher Gates, who have been the MVPs all season long, and they're going to continue bringing great action here as they are producers for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Got a busy week this week. Got Pacelli High School girls taking on Harris County, and then you got CVC men's and women's on Thursday. Richard and Robert Edmond will be on the call for those games. I got the pleasure to be the play-by-play announcer for the GIAA State Championship. So there'll be 4 state championship football games I'll be doing Thursday and Friday. That makes 6 state championship football games I've done in the last 2 weeks.
Incredible.
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. First free throw is good. Second one is not. Good hustle by Anna Grace Griggs.
Nice
who
pass.
throws it out to Johnson, who toots a deep 3, who misses. Rebound by Slocum, who gets it stolen by Miller.
Here comes a fast break for Calvary.
Miller drives, and Miller throws up a high one off the glass. Wasn't even close.
It's a low percentage shot, but Lily Miller with the fast break.
Good pass to Griggs. A little too far in front, but able to collect herself, bring it back, and gets fouled, go to the line to shoot 2.
Anna Grace Griggs is going to go to the line for Glenwood to shoot 2. She has 2 points on this game. Glenwood taking the lead for the first time in this game with 1:41 left to go here in the first period. Both teams just feeling each other out, just trying to feel the flow of this game. It started off a little rough, a couple of turnovers, just a back and forth.
Yeah, and obviously both these teams, they like slowing the game down. They can play up-tempo. But Coach Perdue, these last several seasons with Glenwood, has played at a slower pace. Will push when they need to. Checking in the game for the Glenwood Gators, Bobby Taylor Brazil, and there is a wedgie.
And that usually is considered a jump ball, but on a free throw, we just got to find a way to get that ball down. But, yeah, we've seen that. It's rare in basketball, but it does happen.
Surprised no one's trying to go get the ball down.
Well, they need another basketball to get it down. Yeah, and you got it in one shot. There you go. It's great when you get it in one shot, but I've seen people try to throw up another ball at it and completely miss.
Again, not very loud in here. Not a lot of energy.
It is quite a big crowd, though.
It is, and it's only the first quarter. It is a low-scoring game. Got to get some excitement back in the building. Norton, motion offense again. A staple for Coach Jonathan Norton. Pull-up shot, no good. Rebound by Mimi Johnson, but into the hands and laid it up, no good. Was Brooklyn Van. Palmore to Johnson for the three, short. Rebound Palmore, she goes up, she's short. Here comes Miller. To Reed. Reed pulls it up and setting up her offense again. Again, we have not seen a lot of transition buckets, if any, in this game. Both teams setting up their offense. Shot is good. Nice corner jump shot from Anna Norton. Gets her first points of the game and gives Calvary back the lead here 7-6. Bobby Taylor's got it to Mimi Johnson. Back to Bobby Taylor. Nice basketball and one for Bobby Taylor. But that was all a great job by Coach Purdue in that motion offense, and Mimi Johnson coming off the curl, finding the cutting Bobby Taylor underneath the basket for an and one. And Calvary had the lead very shortly. Now Glenwood back up front, 8-7.
Yeah, as we close out this quarter, this has really been a back-and-forth game, but let's see if Glenwood could close out this quarter, extending their lead. As we talked about their record, Calvary Christian 3-1 on the season, Glenwood 3-2, but their record does not reflect the type of teams they are because they do play very tough opponents, including Glenwood playing a 6A school from Atlanta.
Wow.
At Calvary, they lost to Spencer. That was their only loss on the season.
Free throw was no good. Last 30 seconds underneath, open, nice pass from Lily Miller, and Anna Norton scores back-to-back baskets at 9-8.
Great pass by Lily Miller.
Dump down to Taylor, who couldn't hold it, hot pass, and here comes Lily Miller. Transition is waking up the Calvary Knights. That's 3 straight transition baskets, and all of them led by either a Lily Miller pass or layup, and it's 11-8 Calvary. They're going to call jump ball, and that's going to be won by Calvary, and they'll get it with 3.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
What a job by Calvary closing out this quarter. They have a chance to try to get a shot off here. They got to hurry up, though.
Reed deep for three. No good. And at the end of one, Calvary 11 goes on a 6-0 spurt. We'll take a quick break. It's Thrift and Richard on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here. It's 11-8. Close one between Calvary and Glenwood. Both these teams, respectively, should make deep playoff runs in their respective conferences and leagues. They're going to double team Palmore to try to get the ball out of her hands. Almost a steal. Throws it over to Slocum. Underneath the basket, open was Anna Grace Griggs and throws it over her head. And it's going to be a turnover and back to the Knights.
Like you mentioned, Calvary on a 6-0 run. They have committed several turnovers. Glenwood has not been able to capitalize, and let's see if Calvary can extend this lead.
Good pass. Going baseline. What a block by Anna Grace Griggs, coming out of nowhere because it looked like Emily Christophin was going to be open for a layup.
Anna Grace Griggs, right place, right time, because I thought it was an easy layup by Christophin on the baseline, and she gets the big block, but it stays with Calvary.
Miller drives baseline, and that's not even close, and that was great defense from the Gators. Palmore dumped down to Griggs, who lays it up and in, and that's how you play transition basketball. Get the ball out quickly, run your lane, and then the big girls or whoever's playing power forward run straight down the middle to one of those blocks, and you're open for a layup, and they're going to call an illegal screen. That's going to go back to Glenwood.
Glenwood has an opportunity to retake the lead, and Calvary did go on a little bit of a run here, but Calvary's just going to have to play their game if they want to stay toe-to-toe with Glenwood.
They're trying to trap the two guards up at the top of the key, create some turnovers. A 1-3-1 zone being played right now. And they are trapping everything in sight. Here comes another trap that leads to a turnover. Michaela Reed all alone. She drives, initiates contact. No foul call. They're going to say good defense from Palmore.
Still, we have not seen a whole lot of transition buckets in this game.
Kayla Davis, dumped down to Griggs, who lays it up and in. And that's their game, high-low. Give it to Kayla Davis or Anna Grace Griggs around the free throw line extended and allow them to work. And in a zone, that makes the defense collapse, and then someone's going to be open. And you saw right there Griggs open for a wide-open layup. It's 12-11 now, Gators with the lead.
Anna Grace Griggs leading Glenwood with 6 points.
Stolen by Palmore. No, back to Reed. Almost stolen by Palmore. Reed thought about shooting a deep one, Richard.
Yeah, and she's not afraid to shoot it from that range either. We've seen her with a 3 already.
Jump shot, no good. Miller's got it. She's going to go in, and they're going to call a foul on number 10, Claire Crisco. That'll send Miller to the line. Good
job by Lily Miller, drawing the foul, getting contact, and getting an opportunity to extend, try to retake the lead with 2 free throws here. But I've been impressed with Lily Miller coming off the bench. I mean, she's leading the team in scoring with 18.8 points a game.
Miller, first one no good.
We talk about some of these upcoming games. This Saturday, Calvary Christian is going to host Springwood right here on this floor.
Springwood out of the AISA.
Out of Lynette,
yep,
Alabama.
Played them many times in my career. Coached against them too when I was coaching with the Campus Academy. Palmore being trapped, and that's going to lead. Again, these traps are causing turnovers for the Gators. All knotted up at 12.
Calvary's got a chance to retake the lead.
Deep three from Reed, no good. Rebound by Davis. Palmore, dump down to Griggs. Griggs, turnaround, goes up strong with the contact and finishes. Anna Grace Griggs and Kayla Davis, that is the Twin Towers. Those girls know how to work that block. Anna Norton, short, rebound.
Well, they are the 2 top players from last year's team, the 2 top scorers. But that was a great move by Anna Grace Griggs. She had the quick double team and then the spin off the glass, and she's leading the Glenwood Gators with 8 points.
Michaela Reed able to knock that ball away because if she didn't get her hands on it, Griggs would have had another layup. Coach Purdue calling out his inbounds plays. There's Griggs. Turn around. No good, but Davis is on the other side. She misses, gets her own rebound, goes up again, misses again. They're getting rebounds and they're getting open looks right there at the basket, but not able to finish.
Takayla Davis has got 6 rebounds. I mean, she's really been a
What a move by Reed,
wow.
but not able to finish, and a one-handed snag by Takayla Davis, and here comes Palmore.
I think Takayla Davis is going to have a double-double by the end of the night.
That's a block by Reed.
Very good block by Reed.
Nice job getting her hand on that ball. I'm surprised they didn't call it jump ball. Man-to-man defense right now for Glenwood. They've been playing man-to-man pretty much the whole game. Norton getting close to a 5-second, and there's a turnover.
And that was good defense by Anna Grace Griggs to force the turnover. And now Glenwood in transition.
And Palmore, no one stops the ball, and she goes right past Lorena Reed, and that sets up Glenwood with a 4-point lead and a timeout. Coach Norton, 16-12 with 3:50 remaining. It's Thrift and Richard on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here. 3:50 remaining here in the first half. Gators lead the Knights 16-12. Reed, nice step back, knocks it down. Good job by Michaela Reed, getting her feet set, step back jumper, and knocks it down.
And she's got 7 points for the Knights. And may I remind you that Michaela Reed is only an 8th grader. She's playing at a high level. We saw her as a 7th grader in the Border Wars last year. One of the top players, averaging 18 points a game this season.
That will continue throughout her career here for the Knights. Three-pointer is short. Rebound Griggs. Griggs, turnaround jump shot. Hers is short. Davis is right there, and she can't make it. Gets another rebound, misses again.
Another rebound.
Goes up again, and the third time's a charm. Takayla Davis scores on that one.
She had 3 rebounds all on that one play.
Reed drives. Reed finishes. Michaela Reed with contact and all is not afraid and taking on those big, strong, athletic forwards for Glenwood, and there's a traveling violation on Mimi Johnson.
And another forced turnover. Glenwood, 4 turnovers that Calvary's just got to take advantage. They're down by 2, 2:46 until halftime. This has really been a back-and-forth game. I mean, the largest lead has been 4 by Glenwood. Let's see if Calvary can take advantage of the turnover.
I don't. That definitely looked like either a double or travel or something. Norton cuts. Jump shot is no good. Rebound by Anna Grace Griggs. Oh, and they're going to call a travel on Anna Grace Griggs.
Again, another turnover by Glenwood. That makes 5. Calvary has an opportunity to tie it or take the lead with a 3. So far, Michaela Reed is the leading scorer for Calvary with 9 points.
Reed being guarded by Palmore. Christarfin. Good defense from Slocum. Shot clock is here for the first time ever at Calvary.
And that is Takayla Davis's 10th rebound. So she's definitely on her way for a double-double tonight.
Griggs is just using that nice frame to be able to back down the defender and go up strong. Good job by Anna Grace Griggs, who is the leading scorer for the Gators, and she has done a great job. She's already in double digits and has the Gators up by 4. Right now it's been the Reed and Griggs show.
Exactly. The two catalysts from their championship run last year returning this year for Coach Purdue, and they've been had a major impact for Glenwood early on in this game.
And that's what Coach Purdue said. We're going to work the ball inside. That is our focal point. That is our offense. Reed, turnaround, three-pointer is good. Michaela Reed is putting on a show. Nice job. You can't gamble with her because you leave her open, she's going to can it. Three-pointer no good, and here comes Reed. Reed to Miller. Miller lays it up and in and gives Calvary the lead by 1. Back and forth they go.
And it fires up this Calvary crowd as well.
Palmore to Griggs. Good pass. And even better cut by Griggs, and that'll send him to the line to shoot 2.
Calvary on a 5-0 run. They have a 1-point lead. This has been a back-and-forth game. Glenwood has an opportunity to retake the lead with 1:08 left to go until the half. I mean, yeah, we are on Calvary's home court, but I mean, there's a lot of Glenwood fans here too because they are across the river. But I want to remind you, these two teams are going to play again December the 11th on the campus at Glenwood.
Yep, and we'll be there for that one. Griggs' first free throw is good.
And as we try to get scores from the other games tonight, we have the boys and girls for Shaw taking on Jordan on the campus of Jordan High School. Columbus taking on Smith Station.
Second free throw no good for Griggs, and that's going to go out of bounds and back to Calvary. We're tied at 21. Two evenly matched teams.
The Hardaway boys are actually on the road against New Manchester, Coach Mills' team. We saw them in the George Williams Thanksgiving Classic. And then the Hardaway girls tomorrow are on the road taking on Norcross.
Some really good girls basketball teams around this area. Good ball movement from Calvary. Norton tries to dump it down to number 14, Brooklyn Van, but goes off her leg and out of bounds.
And with us being tied at 21 apiece with 48 seconds left to go, leading scorers for Glenwood, Anna Grace Griggs with 11. Michaela Reed with 12 for Calvary.
Turnaround jump shot, no good. Loose ball. Good block by DeKayla Davis.
Textbook.
Here comes Glenwood. Slocum has it blocked. Jump ball, going to be air possession toward Calvary. And with shot clock reset at 35, should be the last shot of the half.
And that is the right call, that they should hold for the final shot and go into the halftime locker room with the lead or tied. And a little bit of momentum as we get ready for the second half. See if Reed will hold for the final shot.
And she will. Screen. And they're going to call an illegal
moving screen.
Yeah, on Brooklyn Van. Her feet were not set, they said. And that actually is going to mean free throws for Glenwood now.
Because they are in the bonus, they actually call that as a foul. So Glenwood has an opportunity with 11 seconds left to go to regain the lead. This really has been a back-and-forth game between both schools. And this is a rivalry game. We talked about this on pre-show. You got Glenwood in the AISA. You got Calvary in the Gaps. Border Wars. Just two incredible private schools in the Tri-City area. And we have a packed house here at Calvary's Gymnasium.
And Coach Purdue is going to get a timeout, and we'll take one too. 11.4 seconds remaining here until halftime. Gators and Knights tied at 21. Shout out to our sponsors, State Farm and Carol Purdue, who sponsored us during football season. And her daughter was a fantastic player for the Glenwood Gators. Elizabeth Purdue also played softball for Columbus State. So thank you to Carol Purdue and State Farm Agency. How about Terry Johnson and Terry Johnson Agency? We appreciate them. 5.4 seconds remaining. Matt Avery and Avery Tree Care. When you need to clear land, Matt Avery and Avery Tree Care are going to take care of you. Slocum should be the last shot for the half, and the ball goes around the rim, no good, and we're going to end this one all knotted up at 21. Also thank you to Barringer Construction. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here to talk about halftime, talk about first half stats and more. It's Glenwood and Calvary on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's 21-21. Back and forth they go. But again, this broadcast is not possible without Avery Tree Care. Thank you to Matt Avery. Barringer Construction, for all your home remodeling needs, call Barringer Construction. To Carol Purdue and State Farm, one of the best agencies in Phoenix City, and the Terry Johnson Agency. If you want your business sponsored and a part of our broadcast, all you have to do is reach out to me or Richard Holdrige. But Richard, here are what are some of our first half stats.
All right, thank you, Thrift. The leading scorer for the Glenwood girls is Anna Grace Griggs with 11 points. Takayla Davis has got 5 points, but she's got 10 rebounds as she is on the way to a double-double on the night. The leading scorer for Calvary is Michaela Reed, who's got 12 points. Lily Miller coming off the bench with 5 points, and Anna Norton has 4 points. We are knotted up at 21 apiece. Some of the other action as we try to get score updates. The Shaw Lady Raiders are on the campus of Jordan tonight. You got Columbus taking on Smith Station, another border war. And you have the Kendrick Lady Cherokees that are over in Talbotton taking on the Hawks of Central at Talbotton.
Thank you, Richard. And we'll keep up. There's a lot of basketball going on around this area.
It's a Tuesday night.
It was so hard to pick from, but we were like, you know what? This is one of the few, other than Shaw Jordan, which we had 2 Tri-City area, because when we did Basketball Media Day, we had 17 schools. We try to get all these schools are going to be part of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast.
Yeah, we'll definitely broadcast some future games for these other schools in the Tri-City area. But, you know, on a Tuesday night, I mean, we just got back from Thanksgiving break. Everybody's back in school. This is really just where you want to be on a Tuesday night. And we're going to have some Thursday night games, some Friday night games, and including some Saturday afternoon games in the basketball season. So it's going to be a great jam-packed season here in the Tri-City area.
Yeah, and we got 3 basketball games on Thursday. We got 2 CVCC men's and women's games at 5:30, Enterprise State, and then we have Pacelli taking on Harris County girls. So excited about that. And next week we got another full week of basketball right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. All right, and here we go. Underway here, second half.
It's like Calvary starting man-to-man.
No, I think
good double team. Well, they're trying to get rid of the ball. They're in the 2-3 zone. All right.
Dump down to Griggs. Griggs goes up strong and gets fouled. Yeah, I don't think Calvary wants to go man-to-man just because that means they would be left on an island with Takayla Davis and Anna Grace Griggs, and you've seen what they've been able to do in one-on-one action. Griggs, who has 11 points for the Glenwood Gators, a lot of those have come in from backing down the defender and turning around and doing a nice job footwork-wise to lay it up and in. First free throw is good for Griggs.
I think what they wanted to try to do there is just get the quick steal. They had the quick double, but they switched back to zone.
Griggs, who signed a softball scholarship. She'll be playing at the next level for softball, but is also a really good basketball player. I think she could have gone for either, but they say she's an incredible softball player for Coach Josh McConnell and his program.
He also plays volleyball too.
Yep, 3-sport athlete.
A lot of them are multi-sport athletes, 3 sports. You got a lot of football, basketball, and baseball players as well. We'll see some familiar names.
Sarfin, cross court to Reed. Palmore was not even paying attention. Probably could have got that steal. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Good screen.
Reed pulls up. Good defense from Palmore. Down to 3, 2.
Got to shoot
Lily's just got to get it up and does. And banks it too hard. And here comes the Gators. Palmore drives. Tries to kick it out to Slocum, and Reed is on a one-man fast break. Goes to the rack. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound, though, to Kastarfin for 3. No good. Reagan Van was the one that got the rebound. And they're going to call a push and foul on Claire Crisco for the Gators.
This has been a back-and-forth game. Calvary, Glenwood. Calvary trying to regain the lead here in the third quarter. Don't want to give up a turnover on that baseline.
Starfin to Miller. Glenwood's played man-to-man the whole game. Nice backdoor cut from Michaela Reed, but even better pass. And you've seen the assist making from Lily Miller, someone that usually likes to shoot from the outside and fill it up. She's doing a great job facilitating. Just another F word.
Great court vision by Lily Miller, finding Michaela Reed for the easy bucket.
That was pretty bad terminology on my end when I said another F word. I meant facilitating and filling it up. Either way, she's doing a great job today.
Fundamentals.
I mean, there's a lot of F words you can use in basketball that are appropriate for this broadcast.
Absolutely. Calvary back out on front by 1 point.
Miller drives. Miller!
Oh, so close.
Almost gets an and one.
I've been very impressed with Lily Miller's passing, but also 5 points off the bench. I mean, this is the leading scorer from this year's team. She also was the leading scorer on last year's team, averaged 15.7 points a game. Just the two top scorers in that backcourt. That's dangerous for Calvary.
Miller makes the first.
And they are the top two leading scorers for Calvary tonight. For head coach Jonathan Norton, the former Columbus State head coach, and Grant Smithwick, also an assistant coach for Calvary.
Mimi Johnson just came into the game for the Gators.
Largest lead for Calvary.
Good defense. Davis gets it, gets blocked, and she'll go to line to shoot two. Good job by Emily Starfin. She was wondering how she got called for that. Loose ball was just picked up by Davis. She'll go to line to shoot two.
Well, the last time they had a 3-point lead, it was 5-2 early on in the game.
25-22 here. Michaela Davis, first shot, no good.
And Takayla Davis has been a great post player. I mean, her points, she's got 5. Her points will eventually come, especially that when you become a great post player. But she already has 10 rebounds. We've seen her block a couple shots as well.
Second free throw is good. 25-23 now. Reed getting the call from Coach Norton. Palmore trying to stick with Reed. Norton's in the game now. Almost a steal. Reed driving baseline, pulls up short. Reagan Van over the rim, air balls, and here come the Gators.
Trying to get a transition bucket.
And they're going to call an offensive foul on number 4, Olivia Slocum. They're going to say she pushed off. It was pretty close. Now Bobby Taylor, Brizel will come in for Miss Slocum.
Glenwood coached by the legendary coach Dusty Perdue, the Hall of Famer, Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame, will be inducted into the 2024 class. Congratulations to Coach Perdue.
Yes, he is.
A frequent guest of Georgia Alabama Sports Live's high school game day.
Did a really good job picking games this year. And Palmore got a little too greedy there. Going to pick up a silly foul 25 feet away from the basket.
But I tell you, he is a hard worker, not only the girls coach, but also the boys coach, also the public address announcer for the Glenwood football team. I mean, facilitates, does it all. Man of many hats.
And this Gators girls program has won state championships, and there's a three from Reed.
Wow. Great three.
So
good
Palmore
vision.
Goes underneath the screen, which allowed Reed to be wide open. Not a good job from Palmore. You got to see over top, because someone like Reed can definitely knock down threes. You've seen that all game long. I'm wondering, they're going to call that foul on the floor.
Looks like they're lining up as Anna Grace Griggs getting ready to shoot foul shots. But Calvary with their largest lead of the game, Michaela Reed with 17 points.
Can't go underneath screens for a shooter. That's just giving them the green light to let that thing fly. Griggs makes the first.
13 points, leading all Glenwood scorers.
So they're going to send Brazell and Griggs already back, set up in their defense. Second free throw for Griggs is no good. Here comes Miller.
Trying to trap her on that baseline.
But she just goes all the way to the rack and then gets fouled by Bobby Taylor. Literally nobody stopped the ball. And Lily Miller doing a good job. In and out moves that had two Glenwood Lady Gators stuck in their tracks near the sideline by Coach Norton, and then goes all the way to the rack to get fouled, but misses the first free throw. Calvary up by 4 here. Very slow-paced game between these two teams. This is not one of those up-tempo, play in the 70s and 80s. They like playing, especially the Gators, they like playing in the low 40s, 50s. And a bad pass off of Bobby Taylor's hands. And Calvary can extend this. Their biggest of the game. They're up by 5 right now. Stolen by Mimi Johnson. Read that pass beautifully. And good job by Lily Miller getting back and knocking out of her hands. Mimi Johnson, the junior.
Nice pass.
Johnson for 3, short. Cannot get one to fall from beyond the arc. Gators are struggling there. But someone who's not is Reed, who comes up short. Griggs tries to save it, but doesn't.
I'll tell you, I've been impressed not only with Michaela Reed scoring, but her ability to just have the extra effort on energy, just trying to swat that away, just trying to get a possession. Just every little possession counts, especially when you're up by 5 and you're trying to extend that lead on your home court.
So after collaborating with each other, the referees say, you know what? We're going to give it back to Calvary, which I think that's a good call. I think it was off of Griggs' hands. Reed pulls up from 15 feet and gets fouled as Palmore was trying to get back in time, and I think she may have got her on the head.
Michaela Reed has a chance to extend this Calvary lead. Got 17 points. Six-point lead for Calvary, largest lead of the game.
And here come the Gators. We're going to take a timeout. Gators and Calvary on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here, Thrift Barringer, Richard Holdrige, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. 30-26, 3:48 remaining here in the third quarter. We got a good one, Richard. Having a lot of fun. Boys coming up next. It's going to be a late night tip-off. We ain't even in the fourth quarter yet. It's 8 o'clock already. Very slow pace to this game. I've said that once because, you know, many people think in basketball it's all about transition. There's Reed and knocks it down. Michaela Reed already with 20 points.
On fire.
And that young lady can fill it up. And again, only an 8th grader. Bright future for number 1. Whether it be on the soccer field or on the court, she'll be able to pick where she wants to go. Norton, right place, right time, good pass. And right now, Calvary hitting on all cylinders. They're up by 9. Anna Norton knocks down the short-range jump shot. Hot pass through the hands of Griggs. Palmore to Johnson. They need to work it inside to Griggs and Davis again. And a 3-second call as Bobby Taylor's just holding her hand up, waiting on it.
I agree with this. I know they're down by 9, but Glenwood has got to feed their offense into Takayla Davis and Anna Grace Griggs. Use your post players. They have been dominant in the post. Get scoring that way. I mean, they've been trying to deal with, the fast pace of Calvary, but they've been relying on a lot of jumpers in this game, which led to transition buckets for Calvary.
Good steal by Johnson.
Got to get a transition bucket here.
And good, nice job by reading that pass. No transition buckets. They are hard to come by. Lily Miller for 3. It's the Miller and Reed show here at Calvary tonight.
That backcourt is going to be special for years to come.
Well, unfortunately, Miller's a senior, so this will be the last time they play with each other.
You're absolutely right. She is actually as a senior. But, you have a player like Michaela Reed who's, only an 8th grader.
Miller drives. No. Putback is no good by Brooklyn Van, and here comes Glenwood. Miller's still on the floor. Looks like she's hurt right now. They're not going to stop. So right now Glenwood's playing 4-on-5. Let's see if they can't get an easy basket. Graham. It's like Graham and Takayla Davis were fighting over the ball.
Well, they wanted to get a whistle so they can bring in a sub in the game as Lily Miller still on the floor. But Calvary Christian, 1:32 left to go here in the third quarter, and they're up by 12.
And they're up by 12 because of Michaela Reed knocking down outside shots. She's got at least 4 or 5 threes already this game.
She's got 21 points.
And then Lily Miller doing a great job. She's usually the one knocking down threes. She's done a great job facilitating today. She leads the team with 5 or 6 assists already. She's in double digits as well. It was scoring. Johnson. Foul on the floor.
Yeah, if you're going to try to get back into this game, if you're Glenwood, you want to try to get the easy buckets. The easy way to get buckets is to get your post players involved. But when Calvary's knocking down threes on the other end, you got to play catch up. I mean, they always have that saying, you live and die by the 3. 12-point lead for Calvary as their backcourt has been lighting it up. Got a lively student section underneath the basket there. I mean, that's always great when you have the students here that support athletics. I mean, the fans have been absolutely great here at Calvary last week with the football championship and right here against a
And I want to say
rival.
this. We haven't mentioned it the whole broadcast. We did last night on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. You missed it, go to our Facebook page and like us there. Subscribe on YouTube. Congratulations to Coach Brunson on a really well coached season. Came up 3 inches from being state champions. Mimi Johnson knocks down the first.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Coach Brunson. It was just a great season. We had the privilege of broadcasting the GAPS championship game right here on the campus of Calvary Christian Friday night. And we're back at Calvary a couple days later for a basketball game.
Knocks down both. Gators down by 10. Reed has been a tough guard for anybody that's been in front of her. Michaela Called her a pesty gnat. Now I'm calling her a baller, as she's been doing it all for Calvary Knights.
Calling a kickball there.
This evening, they are going to call a kickball.
I tell you what, that next matchup between the Calvary boys and the Glenwood boys, I'm excited about the coaching matchup. We cannot wait. Coach Norton, Coach Purdue. I mean, that is going to be absolutely incredible.
Good defense from Griggs. Norton's going to shoot a deep two-pointer and rebounding the basketball. A nice job by Olivia Rhodes. They just want it more right now than the Gators.
They really do, but the Gators are not out of it. They've got to slow it down. They've got to get their post players involved. They've got to get some transition buckets on some missed shots. But if you force up bad shots, then you can march down the field and march down the court and get easy buckets, and that's what they got to do down by 12. Down by 10.
Free throw no good. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe.
I'll tell you what, Thrift, I've been here since 5. I got a chance to watch the middle school play, and I saw the JV play, and the future is bright at Calvary. They got some amazing players that could be playing on the varsity in a couple years.
Same thing for the JV for Glenwood, as they beat the Calvary Christian boys.
Absolutely.
Both have bright futures. Long shot, long rebound, the old saying. And good defense from Glenwood.
That's what they're going to have to do.
They're going to call an offensive foul on number 5, Reagan Van.
That's what Glenwood needed. They needed to get a stop. They're up. They're down by 10. They've got to cut it to single digits. They got to close out this third quarter. If they get it to the fourth quarter in single digits, they got a chance to come back in this game.
Halmore. To Griggs. They have not been able to hit an outside shot. Everything has come inside the paint, and there's a steal by Anna Norton. And then a foul by Mimi Johnson.
It's going to put Norton on the line for the bonus.
Again, these Calvary Christian Knights, they returned majority of their players from last year's team that came up just short as they made it all the way to the semifinals last year. Norton knocks down the second, back to 11. Final 13 of what it seems like has been a long third quarter.
It truly has. Anna Norton's got 7 points. Third on the team for Calvary.
Johnson. Claire Graham not going to be able to get a basket. And so at the end of 3, Calvary with a 18-7 third quarter advantage, and they lead by 11. Georgia Alabama Sports Live will be back after this, brought to you by State Farm, Carroll Purdue, Terry Johnson Agency, Barringer Construction, and Avery Tree Care. Welcome back here. Fourth quarter underway. That third quarter was dominated by Calvary, and they're up by 11. For Barringer, Richard Holdrige, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Nice job feeding it in to Kayla Davis, who's had a quiet night tonight. Not able to get that one to go. Right now, the primary score, Davis has 6, and Griggs has 13. And Lily Miller with a nice lay-in to extend it to 13.
And Lily Miller has 13.
Bad pass. And right now the Gators playing uncharacteristically with the turnovers, the silly mistakes. But this won't be the final product, I promise you that. Coach Purdue seems always get better, but right now they're struggling, and they're down by 13 to the Calvary Knights, who have done a great job with Coach Norton, Coach Smithwick, led by leading scorer Michaela Reed with 21. Lily Miller also has 13. Add Anna Norton with 7. And those are the only people that have scored for the Calvary Knights.
Don't forget the Calvary Knights. They're going to have another home game this Saturday against Springwood. Then they're on the road December the 8th against Lakeside School out of Eufaula. And then they are over in Glenwood for the rematch. They always have the home and home.
Yep.
December 11th, and then December 16th, they're going to be on the campus of Brookstone. Not too far from here, probably about 5 minutes down the road. That is also a rivalry as well.
Reed pulls up smartly, crosses over, steps back, thought about pulling it. Miller's going to shoot a deep 3, lets it fly, and Davis gets the rebound. Gators have numbers that they can get in a traveling violation on a Haley Palmore. Gators had the numbers, got to give it up quicker, and that is what Coach Purdue's saying. Give it up, stop dribbling so much.
One of the things that Glenwood has done that's unconventional is the turnovers. That's their 7th turnover. They had some turnovers early on. They had an opportunity to put this game away, but Calvary just kept fighting, and then that third quarter was just incredible.
And look at Lily Miller.
Up.
But not able to save it. It was a good look.
It was. But now Glenwood has a possibility for a transition basket. Calvary gets back on defense.
Well, they got to start scoring in a hurry. They are down double digits. And it starts right there as that gives Griggs 15 on the night. She just gets such great position.
Yeah, that's exactly what Glenwood needs to do, is get it to their post players.
And look at Reed.
Up.
To the rack.
Makes it easy.
Too easy. And that's 23 for number 1. Nice job again, and rebound Davis, who scores and 1.
And to Kayla Davis, who picked up her 12th rebound. She's got 8 points.
And again, this was a battle of styles. When you look at Calvary, they're guard-oriented. You see with Miller and Reed. On the flip side, the Gators, they're forward-oriented with Davis and Griggs. And right now, it has worked to the advantage of Calvary. The guard play of Glenwood has had a tough time staying in front of Lily Miller, who's walking gingerly over to the training table. We may not see her for the rest of the night. Good rebound by Griggs, who goes it up and in.
Great rebound by Griggs.
And now they're into single digits. Reed on the fast break, stops. Norton trying to get rid of it.
Glenwood still playing tough defense, trying to make them use the shot clock.
Reed almost lost that one. She is exhausted. She has not came out the entire game. And Norton loses that one.
Force a turnover. That's exactly what you want to do if you're Glenwood. You cut it to single digits. Now let's get a transition bucket.
But good job getting back by Calvary. Dumped down to Griggs. Griggs gets fouled, pushing the back. They're going to call it on Reagan Van.
But that, you got to feed the offense to Anna Grace Griggs and to Kayla Davis. At this point, you're down by 9. You get the ball back. You've got to find your instant offense, and she's able to go to the line, draws the foul, and she's got an opportunity to cut it to 7.
But I'm with you, Richard. If they can give the ball and have plenty of time to still work it inside, work for a good shot, and let number 2 and number 5 in orange take this game over.
Yeah, your senior leaders from last year's team that went to the championship game, lost to Clark Prep, and they're back for their senior season. And Coach Purdue is going to rely on their senior leaders to try to close out this game. They've played on the big stage before. Let's see if they can get it done here with 5:45 left to go.
And Griggs rattles around and in.
Like that high arcing shot, gets the free throw.
Brooklyn Van checks in now for Calvary.
She's got 18 points for Glenwood.
Anna in and out on that one. Steal by Palmore, who lays it up and in. Falling down, able to score, and now it's a 6-point game. Up to Norton. Norton, Reed. And they're going to call a holding foul. I think they're going to call it on Crisco. Yep, they are going to call it on Claire Crisco.
So if you're Calvary, you're up by 6. The strategy, you want to feed the offense to Michaela Reed and Lily Miller. They've been relying on the threes, but Glenwood has cut it to 6, and they're known for this moment. They're a championship team that has lived, in this moment.
Well, Lily Miller right now is about to check back in the game. They need her as Reed shoots a deep 3. It's no good. Here comes Palmore. Palmore to Griggs, running the floor, lays it up and in, and one. Nice transition basketball. Palmore and Anna Grace Griggs, who has just made a living inside the paint, cuts it to 4.
Anna Grace Griggs has been all offense as Lily Miller does check into the game for Calvary. They need her. When she left the game, that's when Glenwood went on their run.
Good point.
And now Anna Grace Griggs with 20 points has a chance for her 21st point.
Griggs, short. No one tries to rebound, and Takayla Davis scores, and now they're going to start full court press. It does the Gators. They're going to try
down by 2.
They're going to try to rush Reed. Reed drives, and they're going to call it on the floor.
She really wanted that shooting foul. Glenwood coming all the way back, cut it to 2, and like I mentioned, Thrift, Takayla Davis just picked up her double-double. 10 points, 13 rebounds. And that offensive rebound, that was easy. Nobody was boxed out. She was able to get the rebound on the missed 3 throw, and she was able to put it in, and now it's a 2-point game.
And Reed, nice backdoor cut, lost Haley Palmore on the inbounds pass. Good call by Coach Norton, and a much-needed basket to stop the bleeding. Here comes Griggs, and they're going to call a foul on Lily Miller. They said she swiped down and hit her on the arm. And honestly, it's a smart foul. Either you're going to get away with the steal or you're going to send Griggs to the line, because she has missed some free throws here in this game.
She has.
But she has made a lot of layups. Right.
That's the smart thing, is to foul her, because she is about a 60% free throw shooter. I mean, the last 2 sequences, she missed 1 of 2, made 1 of 2. But you're right now at this point with 4:49 left to go, you're trading buckets. It's really a strategy game, trying to fill each other out and trying to close out this game. Does Calvary, do they have what it takes to close it out on their home court? Or Glenwood, can they get on a run and retake the lead?
Davis goes up, misses, gets her own rebound, misses again, but then gets pushed. And they're going to call a blocking foul on number 21, Olivia Rhodes. And right now you're seeing Davis and Griggs just dominating inside in the paint. And they have just changed this game.
May I remind you that Glenwood was down by 12. Yep. And now they've cut it to 3.
As much as 13.
As much as 13, you're right. They've cut it to 3.
Davis, short, rebound. Here comes Karsarfin. Needs to slow it down. They're up by 3. No reason to rush a shot. Find a good look. 12-1 in white. Those are the ones that have been scoring tonight. Miller almost has it stolen. Body's hitting the floor. Wide open is Alexis Smith, but Miller doesn't see her because her back was to her. Dribbling with her head down.
Using the shot clock.
And they're going to call another foul.
And they are not in the bonus. It's a non-shooting foul. It's going to be underneath the basket.
The referees have gotten their work in tonight.
They really have.
They have called a lot of ticky-tack fouls. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Griggs.
Let's see if they can push the floor.
Up to Palmore.
What a pass.
Palmore to the lane. Steps on the line.
Foot was
Great
on the line.
job by Michaela Reed getting back and altering that shot.
She did have her foot on the line, but a good job of maintaining her composure and getting the rebound. But Glenwood has a chance. They're down by 3. Thrift, I can't believe we get to see these teams again play each other in 2 weeks. I mean, if anything of this game, wait till we see them in Glenwood.
Here comes Reed. Reed, and not a good pass.
But they
almost
still have
stolen. Rhodes doesn't even get her feet set. And jump ball is going to be won by Calvary. You can start to feel the intensity.
You really can. Good job by Brooke Van just fighting to try to get that rebound, trying to get it from Takayla Davis. They call a jump ball. The possession arrow goes back to Calvary. Up by 3, 3:56 left to go.
Nice job by Reed.
Oh, wow.
That's the second time that we've seen an inbounds play underneath the basket that resulted in Reed being wide open.
Another turnover.
And here comes Reed. Slows it down up by 5. She's going to shoot a deep 3 and misses. Palmore's got it. Running is Slocum. Slocum can't control it, and the ball goes out of bounds.
3:32 left to go in this game. Calvary up by 5.
Slocum comes out. Now checking in is number 20, Emerson White.
This is the point of the game. Who's going to step up and make a big play? Every possession matters, especially when this game is winding down.
Coach Norton's going to take a timeout. We will too. This game is brought to you by thank you to State Farm and Carroll Purdue. Thank you to Barringer Construction. For all your home remodeling needs, call Glenn Barringer, 706-249-1099. Terry Johnson Agency. Jamie Crosby, thank you for their continuous support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And also Avery Tree Care. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here. Last 3:32 remaining in this one. We still have a boys game coming up next. It's already 8:30. It's the longest, one of the longest girls games I've been a part of.
Thrift, we do have a score update. The Shaw Lady Raiders did defeat the Jordan Red Jackets 67-22 today.
Big win for them. Good job, Coach Crowell. Tierra Tucker. Nice pull-up jump shot. Short. Rebound, Griggs. 47-42. Knights up on the Gators. And bad pass that is knocked out of bounds by Korstarfen.
He'll stay with Glenwood. 3:13 left to go. They've got to get a bucket here.
Palmore. Dump down to Davis. Open on the other side was Griggs. Maybe should have thrown it about 2 seconds earlier and it would have been an easy layup. Threw it a little too hot, a little too late. Turnover. Calvary gets the ball back. Miller to Reed. Slowing the game down. Hand off to Miller. Korstarfen. The Rhodes. Reed pulls up, knocks it down. Nice job by Michaela Reed, cutting to the basket and knocking down the 10-foot jump shot.
She's got 29 points.
Ball goes off the hands of a Knights defender.
As Glenwood takes it underneath the basket. They've got to get a bucket here with 2:26 left to go. They have not had a lot of threes in this game.
Palmore has it stolen. Up ahead.
What a pass.
Starfin collects herself and scores off the assist from Lily Miller.
Well, it's that court vision of Lily Miller that she's able to get that pass with the easy bucket.
Down to, good job, Anna Grace Griggs. Getting good position again, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Last 2 minutes of this one.
This is back to a 9-point lead for Calvary. You got to have smart possessions here if you're Glenwood, and you got to get some defensive stops. You can't let Michaela Reed or Lily Miller open in transition.
First free throw is good for Griggs. Second free throw. Around the rim, no good. Into the hands of Davis. Jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Gators.
A good job by Takayla Davis to get in there and get that offensive rebound that forced the jump ball, and they're able to get possession back.
Well, eventually, as the time starts going down, Gators got to hit something from the
outside.
outside.
Got to hit some threes. They haven't really had any opportunities to shoot some threes. I mean, that's how you get back into this game with less than 2 minutes to go. But if you're relying on your post players, you're exchanging 2s for 3s, and that's not going to get it done when you're trying to climb out of a hole. You're down by 7. They were down by as many as 13. They did cut it to 2.
So they are in the bonus now, so Griggs will go back to the line.
And that's good because it does stop the clock. So this is where you want to get your points, especially with your team in the bonus.
First one, good. She always makes the first one. It's the second one that's been giving her some trouble. Boys still coming up next here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It should be another fun and entertaining one.
Can't wait for that one.
Packed house here at Calvary. Shot no good. Rhodes gets the rebound. 7-point game. Miller up ahead to Reed. Reed was out of bounds. She wasn't able to collect herself, and Coach Grant and Coach Norton are looking at Lily Miller saying, it's 1:39. Why are we trying to get a transition fast break? We're trying to waste clock. We're trying to run the shot clock down. On the flip side, that works perfectly for Coach Purdue and the Gators.
They do get the ball back, and not a whole lot of time has been taken off the clock.
Griggs. They're double teaming, and Reed knew exactly where that ball was going and able to get the steal.
This is where Calvary has got to use the shot clock.
And they're going to say hand check on Palmore. 1:09 remaining in this one, still a 7-point game.
Not a non-shooting foul, but they will be in the bonus the next foul.
Reed gets fouled on the floor.
Reed's going to go to the line. She has an opportunity to get her 30th point.
Wow.
She's currently at 29 points.
It's one of my favorite words to say. She has been, Richard, you want to finish it for me?
Phenomenal.
Ah, sensational, man. I thought you were going to say sensational.
We've used both words.
Yeah. She's been really good. Griggs has been really good. Palmore just fouled out. Palmore had a tough time, and that's a tough ask.
Well, I got to tell you.
But she gave her all. I think she played great defense when she could. But Reed is a tough player to guard. And Coach Perdue asked Palmore to guard her man-to-man the entire game. I thought she did pretty good for someone like Reed, who is, it's going to be hard for anybody to stay in front of her this season. Misses both.
Takayla Davis with 16 rebounds.
Wow. Griggs gets pushed in the back a little bit, but no call.
They're doubling Griggs.
I mean, as they should. Miller for three, misses, and Griggs gets another rebound. She's got to be in double digits. She's got to have a double-double at this point.
Oh, there's no doubt about that one. Leading the Gators.
Three-pointer is no good.
I'll tell you, Glenwood is not giving up. They're fighting. A couple of possessions could have gone their way. This would have been a different outcome, but it was those turnovers that were costly in the beginning. And they just couldn't climb out of that hole. I mean, there's still time to try to cut into this leak, but they've got to get a stop the next Calvary possession. They were down by as many as 13, and they cut it to 2. But like all home-and-home matchups, we get to do this again in a couple of weeks on the campus of Glenwood, December 11th. Calvary will be against Springwood this Saturday.
Two shots now.
Back here.
Johnson makes the first. And this is early in the season, so this is far from the finished product.
Oh, absolutely. We see teams get better when they get into region play and they get into the playoffs. But I've been really impressed with this Calvary team that went to the GAP semifinals last year, lost to Conus Academy, went 17-7. They're currently 3-1 on the year, but when they get into their GAPS play, I mean, this is going to be a much more improved team from last year because you have your returning scorers from last year's team, Lily Miller and Michaela Reed, on this team this year.
Reed finally gets point number 30 on the night. And the girl, like I said, was a pesty gnat and is now turning into not only a pesty defender, which she still is, but she's getting that all-around game. And she, again, is only an 8th grader. 31 points for her. Last 20 seconds, good crossover. Slocum was trying to force it in there to Griggs. They are not going to let Griggs get any more touches.
Not at all. They're going to try to get somebody else to get the shots, and Slocum will go to line to shoot 2.
First shot is no good. Second one out, and this should be the final 10 seconds in this one. Great game by both teams, particularly Michaela Reed with 31. Anna Grace Griggs also added 22 of her own in double-digit rebounds. Takayla Davis had 10 and 15, but just too much. Reed and Miller, as they had a dominant third quarter and able to hold on after Glenwood cut it to as close as
count.
2, and that bucket will count for Griggs. She'll end up with 24 on the night and a double-double. But great job by Coach Norton. MVP, Sports Vision's player of the game, Michaela Reed, 31 points from the 8th grader. And I was eagerly impressed from the senior from the Gators and Anna Grace Griggs. These two teams will face again coming up here in a few weeks. We're going to take a quick break. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to have Glenwood and Calvary boys right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here, Thrift Barringer, Richard Holdrige. It's time now for boys basketball late night edition. It's almost 9 o'clock as we're about to get this one started. The defending AISA state champions, the Glenwood boys program, led by Dusty Perdue, and then Calvary, who came just short last year in the quarterfinals, led by a new first-year head coach, Jonathan Gordon. We're about to have starting lineups in a moment. But, Richard, what are you looking forward to in this one?
I'm looking forward to just a classic matchup between the defending AISA champion, the Glenwood Gators, who, by the way, won a state championship on 2 buzzer beaters against Lee Scott in the Final Four and against Macon East in the championship, going up against a Calvary team that is very young, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, led by first-year head coach Jonathan Gordon. And you really got to start with the sophomore TJ Benson. He's averaging 25 points a game for Calvary. Liam Holcutt is also a sophomore. Tyler Freeman is a freshman. And you also have Kobe Knight, also a freshman. Phoenix Griffin, who was a player of the game against Spencer, had 14 points. By the way, Calvary 2-2. They started 2-0. They lost to Brookstone and Spencer. And they are hoping to duplicate what the girls did earlier this evening, as they got the 53-47 win over Glenwood to start things off here.
Glenwood has not had a lot of time to get ready, and neither has Calvary, as their football season just ended last Friday. Glenwood's the previous Thursday, so a lot of these players are coming from one sport to the other. Starting for the Glenwood Gators, number 1, the point guard for the last several seasons, Griff Gardner. Number 2, the backup quarterback, Levi Pender. Number 3, Mason McCrane. Number 11, Jadarian Holloway, the freshman, and Tyler Sykes manning the middle.
A couple of familiar names in there for Glenwood, including Levi Pender, throwing 2 touchdown passes in that state championship. Tyler Sykes was the number 2 starter on the championship baseball team.
Yep.
But the starters for the Calvary boys, a young team, we've got number 4, Tyler Freeman, the freshman. Number 21, Phoenix Griffin, also a freshman. We have TJ Benson, number 1, averaging 25.8 points a game. And then the forwards, number 0, Liam Holcutt is a sophomore, and the man in the middle stands at 6'8", very recognizable when we see him at Calvary football games. He was also part of the CB Hoop Purple Practice Fall League. Dylan Walls,
who's got a bright future. His brother, Darian Rawls, led the team in sacks. And again, him and DeAndre Hurd hadn't had a lot of time. Remember, their season just ended.
So that's why they're not here.
Yeah, they are here. They're not starting.
They're not going to be starting.
Because they obviously need some more time, get acclimated with Coach Gordon and his system.
They might have had 1 practice after the football season.
Maybe.
And we understand that. When we're transitioning from football to basketball within days of each other. We do have some score updates as Smith Station did defeat Columbus earlier today. We also had the Shaw girls defeat Jordan. Kendrick is on the road against Central Talbotton. They did lose to Central Talbotton at Kendrick this past weekend.
And we are underway, and the tip is won by Mason McCrane. Here comes the all-world freshman, Jadarian Holloway, in his first season with the Gators. Dump down to Sykes. Loose ball.
Might get our first jump ball in the game.
We already got a jump ball 15 seconds into it, Richard.
Right into it, jump ball. And Glenwood playing aggressive. We talked about it. They're defending a state championship in the AISA. The final year of the AISA before they make that transition to the AHSAA. And what an incredible season last year. 25-9. The 2 buzzer beaters to finish the season.
I said it was Coach Perdue they're going to call a pushing foul on Dylan Walls. It's going to send McCrane to the line to shoot too, but I think that was his best coaching job. And my man, Coach Perdue, who's won state championships here for the Gators in 2007, 13, 17, and 23 with the boys, and then in 21 and 22 with the girls. That's 6 rings my man, Coach Purdue's got. McCrane makes the first. McCrane was one of those, hit one of those buzzer beaters. I think it was the state championship. Either one, it was him and then his brother Brandon were the two guys that hit buzzer beaters against Macon East and Lee Scott last year in the semifinals and championship. Knocks them both down. It's 2-0 here. Coach Gordon, who was a longtime assistant under Coach Corey Black for the last several seasons, really good trainer, and now getting the opportunity to lead this Calvary Knights program. His mom, Dee Dee Gordon, longtime coach around this area. He played at Brookstone and excited to have the opportunity to lead Calvary. Benson, deep three for Freeman, who misses. Good rebound by Phoenix Griffith. Liam, step back, pull up jump shot, no good. Rebound Levi Pender. And here come the Gators. Pender to McCrane, and they're going to call a foul.
And that'll be a non-shooting foul. But two quick fouls by Calvary. You got to watch the fouls because you don't want to end up in the bonus with too much time left to go until the half.
Pender. Sykes dumped down McCrane. McCrane goes up strong, misses. Sykes gets the rebound and lays it up and in. Great job by Tyler Sykes getting that rebound. 4-0 now. Calvary, a young team. Griffith for three, off the mark. Benson flies in but misses. Pender's got it and travels.
Tyler Sykes, multi-sport player for Glenwood, was part of that 1-2 pitching staff with Jacob Page in that state championship for Coach Fanning. I remember we called those games, when they took on Lee Scott and then Macon East in the championship. Tyler Sykes really just had an amazing pitching performance.
Griffith, Benson. Finds in the hands of Walls. Griffith's going to shoot another three and knocks that one down. Nice shot by Phoenix.
Phoenix Griffith, the freshman, this young team with nothing but freshmen and sophomores. They do have a couple of seniors, but you got a starting five with freshmen and sophomores. And the
Gardner misses, and Sykes gets an and one. Tyler Sykes. You better put a body on big 2-4. And he gets an and one. A nice job right there by Phoenix Griffith, getting his feet set and knocking down the three. And now Sykes with an old-fashioned three-point play.
Got some early substitutions for Calvary. Looks like Darren Walls is going to check in, number 24.
So Darren, brother of Dylan, senior, checks in. Sykes misses. Also, Caden Avery is into the game. Three-pointer by Benson is off the mark. Good rebound from Avery. Benson to Freeman. Stolen by Gardner. He read that the whole way. Griff trying to force it in there to Jerry and Holloway, even if Holloway would have caught it.
It's going to stay here with Calvary.
These two schools, rivals in basketball, don't play in football. Pender. And they're going to call a push and foul on Phoenix Griffith.
And that's the 13th that foul for Calvary. Already. I mean, 5:40 left to go here in the first quarter. You've already got 3 team fouls. Two more and they'll be in the bonus.
You're saying shooting free throws now.
This Calvary team finished 10-13 last year, but they were 5-3 in the region. Lost to Valor Christian in the quarterfinals. Currently 2-2 on the season under first-year head coach Jonathan Gordon. Defeated Central Christian to start the season. But they've lost to Brookstone and Spencer.
Pender. First shot, no good.
They did pick up a win against Hearts Academy as well.
Second free throw is good. 7-3 here, Gators, and Coach Gordon wants a timeout. We'll take 1-2. This game brought to you by Barringer Construction, Carroll Purdue State Farm, Terry Johnson Agency, and Avery Tree Care. We'll be back after this. Welcome back here. 5:40 remaining. Gators up 7-3. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The girls, Calvary Christian girls, beat the Glenwood girls earlier, 53-47. Three-pointer for Griffith, short. Good hustle by Griff Gardner. Griff has that stolen by Benson. Benson, a supreme athlete, to the rack and misses. Sykes up ahead to McCrane, who travels.
Oh, he was wanting the dunk and took a little too much steps.
He was trying to collect his foot, and he definitely wanted to dunk it. That's why he took a few many two steps.
Well, they were wondering why they didn't call a tee for hanging on to the rim. Some of the fans here addressing their emotions.
Freeman, right through his hands.
It's been sloppy play so far early in this first quarter, but a lot of fouls as Glenwood is already in the bonus. But Calvary just got to get some stops. They got to find some transition buckets. And their leading scorer, TJ Benson, is scoreless.
And Benson just got another foul. So Benson, I think that's going to be 2 on him. And that's going to send Holloway to the line to shoot 2. Holloway's first is good.
I'll tell you what, Thrift, I'm impressed with this Holloway kid. He's only a freshman. The future is bright for this Glenwood Gator team. Is trying to defend their state championship. They'll go to the AHSAA next season.
By the way, Lamont Burton is not here. He also plays on the team. They're going to call an offensive foul on 24.
So I was told by Coach Purdue before this game started that even though the football season ended, that they do have some players that are not here that from the football team.
I try, and I listen, and when I say this for everybody that is watching right now, I try my hardest not to bash officials. But there has been 8 foul calls, and we have played 3 minutes in this first quarter.
You're right.
We started this game 10 minutes ago. If each quarter is going to be 30 minutes long, we're going to be here for over another 2.5 hours, and it's already 9 o'clock. Referees, this is not your moment. It's the Calvary and Glenwood boys team, and I think they need to start swallowing some of their whistles unless it is egregious. There's my spill. 9-3. Shot, no good. Into the game now is Kobe Knight. Levi Pender for 3, no good. Loose ball on the floor, and another foul. Good hustle, though, by the Gators. And they're going to call that foul on Glenwood. And now here comes an influx of subs for Calvary. Number 22, DeAndre Hurd, comes into the game. Also number 44, Darnell Hamilton, the awesome defensive lineman that had a fabulous game.
He really did. DeAndre Hurd as well. He's had some great games as the running back for Calvary. Just an incredible athlete. Hamilton and Hurd played a football game a couple days ago.
And there's a number 2 in the game right now. And there's no number 2 on our roster, and there's no number oh, never mind. Justice Lotta. And knockdown shot from Kobe Knight. 9-6. Up ahead to Sykes, to McCrane, underneath the basket, and there's a foul on DeAndre Hurd. And that'll send McCrane to the line to shoot 2. We can get some flow with this game. Right now we've had a lot of stoppage in play with fouls.
Yeah, we've talked about just these multi-sport athletes, both for Glenwood and Calvary. And Mason McCrane, I mean, he was the tall receiver for Dallas Crow for that Glenwood team. And on Calvary, you got players like DeAndre Hurd, Darren Walls, and Darnell Hamilton.
McCrane misses the second.
Darren Walls had to jump up to get that one.
And that's a steal by Pender. Gators on the move. Gardner, Holloway, deep 3 in the corner. It's Cash. Nice job by Jadarian Holloway getting his feet set and knocking the corner 3 down. Glenwood up by 7. 3-pointer on the way, and that one's knocked down by number 2, Justice Lotta. Timeout, Coach Purdue. 30-second timeout. We'll take one too. Georgia Alabama Sports Live will be back after this. We're back here, Thrift and Richard on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Pender underneath the basket.
Nice
goes
move.
right by Lotta, who tried to get the quick steal. Glenwood up by 6, 15-9. 3-pointer, no good. 2-3 zone right now for the Gators. Actually, looks more like a 1-2-2.
If we do have a score update, it's final down at Smith Station. It's actually a clean sweep for the Smith Station Panthers. The girls defeated Columbus 60-23, and the boys defeated Columbus 54-50.
Got by Smith Station. 2:46 here in the first. 15-9 Gators, defending AISA state champions. Walls. Shot clock going down.
It's a good
I'm going to say off the hands of the Gators. It's going to stay with Calvary.
We got River Baker checking into the game for Glenwood, seeing his first action in this game.
Lotta short.
Good rebound by
And
Walls.
just a bad pass from Darren Walls. That's going to go all the way down to the other end of the court.
So this Glenwood team last year finished 25-9, 7-3 in the region. They did not win their region tournament. I mean, so they had just an incredible run with 2 buzzer beaters.
Pender knocks it down. Good inbounds play call from Coach Perdue. The Gators are up by 9.
Levi Pender, who's a junior, he's got a nice touch with his shot. Also a good quarterback, threw 2 touchdown passes in the state championship against Lee Scott Academy.
They're going to call that on big number 44, Darnell Hamilton.
It's going to go back to Glenwood.
Now Dylan Walls is going to come in. So you're going to have the Walls brothers in on a 1-2-2 zone.
And Dylan Walls is in there for size. He's there guarding Tyler Sykes right there in the post.
Holloway, Pender from the other
block.
corner, but good block. And then he gets sacked up, and as he should.
Yeah,
I honestly think after getting the block, you don't get in the face
not
of someone. It was a great block.
Absolutely. I know he's fired up, but you've got to keep your emotions to yourself. So shooting this technical for Glenwood is going to be Levi Pender. Leading scorer for Glenwood is Tyler Sykes. Levi Pender has got 5. He's second on the team in scoring.
So the tech's going to be shot by Levi Pender. Walls, great block, but then immediately gets in the face and starts talking trash, and that was right in front of the referee. And they're going to blow that tech every time, especially these officials. That was a no-brainer for them. So now Pender will shoot the tech. Makes it.
So Glenwood has only played 1 game this season. They're 1-0 on the season. They defeated Fort Dale Academy.
And they beat them by 4. It was a really close game.
Really close game.
But
Absolutely.
knocks it down. But that's because, like I said, we've talked about Sykes, McCrane, Pender, Gardner. They all were playing football.
Exactly.
So they've had about a week to practice. And same with Calvary. They haven't had a full team. Coach Gordon. Deep 3 from Holloway, short. Rebound McCrane, who goes up strong.
Good putback by Mason McCrane.
And that's a traveling on Lotta. Didn't get his feet set.
So the upcoming schedule for Glenwood on Friday, they will be at home against Hooper Academy. Then they're on the road in Macon against Stratford Academy in the GIAA. And then on Monday, they're back at home against Southern Prep Academy.
Shot no good. McCrane gets fouled. And they're going to actually say it.
It's going to go back to Calvary.
And they're going to say traveling violation.
But don't forget, Monday, December 11th, these 2 teams back at it, this time on the campus at Glenwood.
They actually caught an offensive foul right there on McCrane. They said they put his shoulder into the Calvary defender. Kobe Knight.
Ran into a wall.
Dylan Walls misses the 15-foot jump shot. Good rebound. Here come the Gators. Holloway drives. Good move. Gets tripped. And they're going to call that on Kobe Knight. That'll send Holloway to the line.
I tell you, this Glenwood team is really balanced. They got the speed at point guard with Jadarian Holloway. They got the size down low with Tyler Sykes. You got an all-around player, Mason McCrane. Levi Pender likes to run the floor. I mean, it's like they haven't skipped a beat from that state championship last year. They did lose some players from last year's state championship. But, Coach Perdue, he's got players. They plug and play. And I want to remind everybody, they were just playing football. The majority of this team was playing football, so they haven't really been together.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of teams, too. You see that with the Carver Tigers. They still don't have a full team as their team's playing. Brookstone, same thing. So right now, these teams are still learning. 24-9, Gators dominating this quarter right now. They've been a living at the free throw line. Freeman will shoot a deep three, no good.
Good
Could
rebound
have been over
by
the
Walls.
back, but good rebound from Walls, no call. Jacoby Knight gets it, rusters it. Walls gets fouled.
I tell you, I like the size down low with Walls as he gets that offensive rebound. He does draw the foul. A good job by Dylan Walls. That 6'8" frame is able to get rebounds. He's blocked shots. I mean, he's really been a great post player for Coach Gordon and the Calvary Knights.
Glenwood only has 8 players dressed out today.
Yeah, depth could be a factor.
No Lamont Burton, no Thet Morris right now.
No Dallas Crow.
No Dallas Crow.
Cam White.
Cam White. And you know why that is? They're at the All-Star game
Yes.
for the AISA is what I'm assuming. Don't quote me on that.
Exactly right. I did talk to Coach Purdue before this game. They are representing the AISA in the All-Star game.
Because the state championship was a week before Thanksgiving. They didn't want to do the All-Star game the week of Thanksgiving, so now they're doing it this week, and the game is on Thursday. So Glenwood's not even, they're playing with house money right now. They're not even a full roster. Again, missing. So next time these teams will face off, Glenwood will be back to full roster. Three-pointer from Phoenix Griffith, who banks it in. A much-needed basket.
You know, the bank's been closed for a couple hours now, Thrift. What a bank shot by Phoenix Griffith.
Playing for the last shot. Shot by Baker, no good. And at the end of one, Glenwood up by 12. It's Thrift and Richard on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, brought to you by State Farm, Carroll Purdue, Terry Johnson Agency, Barringer Construction, and Avery Tree Care. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So we just got confirmation they are at the AISA All-Star Game. So congratulations to all four: Thet Morris, Dallas Crow, Camden White, and Lamont Burton for representing the Gators in the AISA All-Star Game. So they'll be back. Freeman's going to shoot a three. Oh, what a crossover from Holloway. All the way to the rack and scores. One pass fast break from Jadarian Holloway. My man's got a bright future.
6
Benson
points.
on the other side to Liam. Freeman. Back to Griffith. Dump down to Liam Hocutt. Liam. Shaking and baking, nice jump shot, knocks it down. Liam Hocutt hits the short mid-range, and Calvary still down by 13.
He does have a nice mid-range jumper.
Yes, he does. Remember him from last year. Holloway. Pender knocks it down. Levi Pender don't leave number 2 open. He'll cash those out every time.
Pender's got 8 points, leading the Glenwood Gators in scoring. Largest lead of the game for Glenwood, 29-13. We've had a busy action of basketball all around the Tri-City area. A lot of teams in action, including Shaw at Jordan. Columbus lost both games to Smith Station. You have Kendrick over at Central Talbotton The Hardaway boys, they're on the road against New Manchester.
Jacoby Knight will jack up a deep three and miss it. Here comes Holloway to Baker. And McCrane, I think they were trying to throw it to him with Baker, but McCrane wasn't paying attention.
They were able to get it back.
Calvary wants to get back in this game. They got to get some stops, and they got to work the ball inside. Baker to McCrane. Back to Baker for three, short. Hustle for the rebound. Nice steal from Walls.
Calvary's got to find a way to get instant offense. Got to get back in this game.
Liam off the side of the backboard. And good box out by River Baker.
Looked like it might have been a rush shot. He had an opportunity in the corner, but there was nobody back to try to get the rebound. And just gets it right back for Glenwood.
Coach Jonathan Gordon, his cousin Kevin Williams was the leader of this program for a while. Took over Jay Sparks from Jay Sparks last year, who's now the AD for Columbus State, former AD, and returned back to AD. Crossover from Holloway. Pull up, good. I really like this young man. The game comes, he slows it down. Game comes easy to him. And Coach Purdue's got himself a really good-looking point guard. Through the hands of Kobe Knight. Nothing going right now for Calvary, and Coach Gordon wants a full timeout, and we'll take one, too. 5:25 remaining here. Gators lead by 18 is Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here, Thrift and Richard. Shaw Raiders got a big win. Tierra Tucker, another 25 points. My girl's averaging 30 points a game.
Incredible.
Curtis Crowell's got a baller on his team. Baker, Holloway. Just good ball movement, but not a good pass. Nice save from Walls. Liam. Good spin move, turn around, one-legged jump shot, short. Rebound out of the hands of Walls.
It's going to stay here with Calvary. Dylan Walls using that size to box out, get those rebounds.
Holcut gets fouled.
I really like that mid-range jumper of Liam Holcut. He's got to, when he's in the post, he's got to use that pivot move, step back, get that shot. 9 times out of 10 it goes in. That's how Calvary needs to get back in this game. The one shocking thing about Calvary is their leading scorer, TJ Benson. We have yet to call his name.
Dylan Walls out, Darren Walls in. Holloway, Baker, Gardner. Good seal from Benson.
Oh, almost got it. That was a really good job by TJ Benson just to stay with Gardner.
And they're actually going to call a foul on that. Pretty questionable on that one.
Well, with the second quarter, it does reset the fouls. I mean, that first quarter, they were calling fouls one after another. We were already not 2 minutes into the game, we already had 3 team fouls.
So they called it on the other number one. They called it on Griff Gardner.
They did call it on Griff Gardner.
He is in disbelief right now. 31-13, 4:36 remaining. Three-pointer, no good. McCrane lays it in. McCrane just too big, too physical, and scores with ease with the left hand. Darian. Benson gets that one blocked, and they call a foul.
Foul's gonna see what the foul call is here.
Called a foul.
It's gonna be a shooting foul. Because TJ Benson.
I mean, it's been bad both ways in this game, and it really is. It's something.
Well, let's just say we've had a lot of fouls in this game.
Yeah. And we've only played halfway through the second quarter. Benson knocks the first one down, but Calvary can get back in this game. They got to knock down some shots. They got to slow it down. They got to play good defense. They relied a lot on three-pointers as of late. Second free throw is good. 18-point game.
And that is TJ Benson's first 2 points of this game. He's the leading scorer for Calvary, averages 25.8 points a game. A great job defensively for Glenwood, shutting him down.
Holloway, hop step. And they're going to say he gets fouled, going to the rack. Good defense from Calvary. First free throw is good for Holloway. Second free throw is good. Thank you to Carroll Purdue and State Farm Agency for being a sponsor of ours. Get your quote today. Both teams playing zone right now. They are not going to allow Griffith to get off a good shot. Walls, Benson steps in for three. Good! Nice job by TJ Benson. An even better pass from Darian Walls. It's 17, 35-18.
You get TJ Benson going, Calvary can get back into this game. He's got 5 points.
Griff to
Nice
McCrane,
pass.
and he's wide open and finishes with ease.
But what a pass by Griff Garner.
It was a good look. Nobody was near him. And then finally when the defender came, it was too late. And McCrane, who was going to finish around the rim, 37-18.
Mason McCrane, one of those key players from last year's championship team. He's got that championship experience, getting that winner against Lee Scott in the Final Four. I mean, just the run that Glenwood had was absolutely incredible. I mean, they went 7-3 in the region, and they lost in the region tournament. So their seeding was not favorable.
Kobe Knight knocks it
What a
down.
shot.
I mean, they're hitting shots, just got to play good defense. On the flip side, the Gators have done a great job breaking down this, what seemed like a 1-2-2-3-2 extended defense.
You got to get some stops. I mean, you got Phoenix Griffith with 6 points, Kobe Knight with 5, TJ Benson with 5, Liam Holcutt, he's got 2. If you start knocking down your threes, like Calvary can get right back in this game. They just got to get some defensive stops. And we have not seen Tyler Sykes. He has been on the bench for, and of course, they only have 3 people on the bench.
And he looks like he's injured right now. He's getting tended to from the trainer. Griff to Pender. Thought about shooting it. Wide open
pass.
is Baker. He misses. McCrane gets the rebound, goes up. Strong gets fouled.
I tell you, Levi Pender using his quarterback skills, that was a good pass as well. And Glenwood will be able to have an opportunity to go back to the line and extend this lead. With 2:21 left to go until halftime. Just been an incredible night of basketball here on the campus of Calvary Christian.
First shot no good from McCrane. Avery, Freeman, and Walls. Dylan Walls in for Darian Walls, Hokut, and Mr. Lotta.
Well, that's one of the strengths that Coach Gordon has, that Calvary has a deep bench. That could be a factor as we get into the second half, trying to close out this game.
Both free throws missed. They can get it to close to single digits before halftime.
Good
Benson
defense.
Drives. Gets
That
fouled.
almost went in. TJ Benson just trying to take the game to him, and he's just an explosive player, just electric offense. Averages 25.8 points a game. And he is only a sophomore. A lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team
Yeah,
for Coach Gordon.
Coach Gordon said he has a young team, and he knows that he's building for the future. And Benson misses the first. Misses the second. Gets his rebound. Goes up again and misses. Still loose ball. Benson. Reckless abandon.
They're not giving up on the play.
Timeout, Gators. Coach Voodoo about fell over himself trying to call that timeout. And we'll take 1-2. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Be back after this. Welcome back here. It's 38-21 Gators. Last 151 the first half.
Thrift, I do want to say it, as the Hawks got blown out by the Cavaliers tonight, 117-99. Georgia Tech beat Mississippi State.
How about that? Blocked. McCrane loses it right into the hands of Pender. Loose ball. It's going to stay with Glenwood.
And Thrift, tomorrow, Auburn plays Virginia Tech in the ACC SEC Challenge. Georgia plays Florida State.
Miami and Kentucky are playing right now.
Oh, huge. That's the showcase game of the ACC SEC
And
Challenge.
Kentucky is just laying.
Oh, boy. A team that went to the Final Four?
Yeah. Kentucky's underrated this year.
Maybe Miami
and you're not
is.
used to saying that about a Kentucky-led team.
No, but that just tells you, like DJ Wagner. I remember seeing his dad play at Memphis, DeJuan Wagner.
Yes, DeJuan was a baller. Played
Really
for
was.
Coach Calipari.
His first big recruit when he took the Memphis job.
And not even close, and ball gets hit out of bounds. Calvary's going to get it, down by 17.
Well, the minute 18 left to go, they just got to slow down the possessions, and they go into the locker room with some confidence if they can cut into this lead and close out the quarter.
Get the fans back into it. Benson for three.
There you
Good.
go.
Nice job by T.J. Benson.
8 points. He's starting to heat up. It's now a 14-point game for Glenwood.
Holloway, good pass, but stolen by Benson.
Let's see Benson try to go coast to coast.
Good move. Benson to the rack and scores. What a playmaker. T.J. Benson.
Truly is a playmaker.
5 straight points for him. They got it to 12. Bringing life back into this crowd.
He was held scoreless. He's got 10 points in this second quarter.
Pender pump fakes. 2 people go by him. Misses, but Baker's there to clean it up.
Good job by River Baker with the putback.
Calvary's going to hold it for the last shot. Down by 14. Right through the legs of Dylan Walls. Pender's got it. Griff. Baker. Holloway for 3. No good. And that's where we'll end the first half. Calvary down by 14 Gators. Did a really good job in that one. We'll take a quick break. This one brought to you by State Farm, Carroll Purdue, Terry Johnson Agency, Barringer Construction, and Avery Tree Care. We'll be back after this. Welcome back here. The first half dominated by Glenwood. They lead by 14. Second half underway. 10 o'clock already. Starting the second half.
Well, this has been a very fun and exciting long day. It started with the middle school for Calvary at 5 o'clock.
Pender to McCrane. McCrane lays it in.
He's really been automatic when he has that post move and is able to make that. And he's got that clutch gene. I mean, McCrane is really he stepped it up last season and this season as well. He's not skipping a beat.
Nice job by Benson knocking that one down.
TJ Benson's got 12 points.
Gardner scores. Back and forth they go here.
Trading baskets. Good to see Griff Gardner on the score sheet.
Nice pass, and layup is good for Walls. And Holloway, Benson gets it stolen. Freeman's got it. Freeman goes up, gets fouled.
Well, this has just been a back and forth game, fast pace. Calvary's trying to get it at least to single digits. They just got to get a couple of stops. And they go into the line is going to be Tyler Freeman, who is a freshman. I mean, you look at Kobe Knight, Tyler Freeman, Phoenix Griffin, all freshmen.
Freeman makes the first.
And then Dylan Walls, Liam Holcutt, TJ Benson, all sophomores.
Yeah, they're a young team.
But here's the thing. They're taking on an AISA team that won the state championship last year. I think that Calvary is going to be fine in the gaps. I mean, they could make a deep run into the playoffs because, they're playing gaps teams. It's different.
So it's 11-point game, the closest it's been since the first quarter. Pender, Gardner. Pender underneath the basket. Nice pump fake, lays it in. Good job breaking down the zone. Patience is key.
Exactly. He didn't rush that shot. He just put it in, and now he's got 10 points.
Cut.
It's back to a 13-point lead for Glenwood. So these two teams.
They're going to call that on Griff Gardner.
These two teams will be back at it Monday, December the 11th on the campus at Glenwood. The rematch. Love it when they schedule these home and homes.
Amoeba, the staple defense for Coach Purdue. Freeman misses. Gets his own rebound.
Yep.
He has it stolen right from him. And here comes Pender. Pender all the way and scores. And then does a tumble for everybody. Back to 15. Walls over the head of Benson.
It was like Glenwood was in a zone defense, and it really worked because they forced the turnover on Calvary. So far, the leading scorers for Glenwood, Levi Pender with 12 points. You got Mason McCrane with 11, Jadarian Holloway with 10.
Nice pass.
Trying to
Baker.
save it.
And that one's going to be turned over, backcourt.
And Tyler Sykes has 6 points, but we haven't seen him at all in that second quarter. River Baker has played a lot of minutes. Wonder if he is just resting an injury as he's on the bench. And it's like they really don't need him. They're up by 15, but they still have 3 players on the bench. Depth could be a key.
Holcutt, step back, 3, no good. Lotta throws it in the hands of River Baker.
Good awareness by River Baker to get that.
Pender. Good defense from Calvary.
If anything, they're eating up the shot clock.
And goes right through the hands of McCrane.
And they force a Glenwood turnover. And that's really when you're playing solid defense that you can get that, and they're able to get a stop.
Timeout, Calvary. We want to thank our sponsors, Avery Tree Care. Just got done talking to Matt Avery, his son Caden Avery here for the Calvary Knights. Also, thank you to Grant Smithwick and Master Wall. I know we don't have them up, but they're one of our sponsors and our people that have supported us throughout this season. We also have Barringer Construction, State Farm, Carol Purdue, and Terry Johnson Agency. So tomorrow we got the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live Show. Ben Hicks will be joining us, the AD. We'll do some high school basketball conversation. We already previewed and reviewed football on yesterday's show, so if you missed that, tune in last night. Thursday, we got a triple header for you. We got Pacelli and Harris County girls facing off. We got CVCC men's and women's. Tyler Sykes is still out of this game. Benson to Griffith, who travels.
It's going back to Glenwood, a turnover by Calvary, but Calvary's staying in this game. Glenwood has not put it away yet. Calvary, if they can knock down some threes, get a couple of stops, they could cut it to single digits, and that depth could be a factor as we close out that quarter.
Bodies colliding. Lotta's got it, and Lotta misses. Benson, rebound. Benson goes up and gets fouled.
But I tell you what, I like that steal by Lotta. Right place, right time. It went right to him, and he had an open lane for an easy bucket. A good job by Glenwood getting back on defense.
They're going to give a tech to number 10 from Glenwood, Braden Gooden. So we have a tech and we have a foul on the shot.
TJ Benson is going to shoot this technical. Leading Calvary with 12 points. He was held scoreless in that first quarter, but the leading scorer for Calvary, averaging 25.8 points a game on the season. Sophomore, trying to cut into this Glenwood lead.
Benson misses the first. Benson misses the second. Benson misses the first two free throws. Now Griffith will shoot a tech. That's 3 straight misses for Calvary. This could have been a big possession for Calvary if they can hit their free throws.
Oh, no question about that.
Second one is good. And they get the ball. So it's 48-34, 4:18 remaining. I don't think we're going to be seeing Tyler Sykes anymore this game, battling a nagging ankle injury.
Yeah, it's early in the season.
Lotta, 3, good, and 1. 4-point play potentially for Mr. Lotta. How about that?
Yeah, the rare 4-point play, and you have a chance to cut into this lead. But they get the offensive rebound.
Justice Lotta misses that. And this has turned into a 4-point possession. Lotta again for 3, misses this one. Out of bounds is going to stay with Glenwood. It's an 11-point game. Calvary had potentially a chance to get this into single digits on that possession alone if they hit all their free throws.
They had to have hit all their 3 throws, and if they would have hit a 3 there, that would have been absolutely huge. They would have got to single digits. But Holloway stops the bleeding for Glenwood.
Nice job by Jadarian Holloway. Justice Lotta. Benson drives baseline, floats it up and in. Nice job. I like Benson a lot. We can just slow down a little bit. The guy got supreme potential.
That running floater gives him 14 points on the game.
Baker. Pender. Ball almost stolen. Bodies on the floor. Pender underneath the basket. They're going to get a foul on Caden Avery.
But I like the aggressiveness of Calvary as Benson poked it away. It was almost a steal by Calvary. But now Pender's going to go to the line to shoot 2 for Glenwood. 50-39, the Glenwood Gators on top. Trying to go to 2-0 on the season. They've only played 1 game. It was a close win over Fort Dale Academy.
Pender's first free throw is good. Second one is good, and a 30-second timeout for Coach Purdue.
Right now, Levi Pender with 14 points, leading the Glenwood Gators. Jadarian Holloway is followed by 12. The leading scorer for the Calvary boys, TJ Benson with 14. Phoenix Griffith with 7. We've had a very busy night of action in and around the Chattahoochee Valley as the Shaw Raiders defeated the Jordan Red Jackets. Columbus dropped both games to Smith Station. Still trying to get the score of the Kendrick Central at Talbotton game. The Hardaway boys were on the road tonight against New Manchester. And we got a busy slate of games tomorrow. We got the Northside boys up against 7A Brookwood. And then the Hardaway girls, they are on the road against Norcross. So a busy week of high school basketball here in the Tri-City area. And according to the schedule, Thrift, the next game for the Calvary boys, they're going to be taking on Carver. If I'm reading that right off of Max
Yes,
Preps.
they are on Thursday at the Den.
I'll tell you what, Coach Gordon, he's not afraid to play anybody.
No,
He'll play Spencer. He'll schedule Carver.
Kendrick, Brookstone, Glenwood.
Absolutely. When I saw that, I was like, well, I'm reading that right. They're playing Carver.
Trying to get them battle tested.
Absolutely, especially when they get into gaps play. They had a disappointing season last year, losing in the quarterfinals. But
Benson misses the first.
Yeah, they lost to Valor Christian in the quarterfinals last year. 10-13 in the regular season, 5-3 in the region. TJ Benson's got 15 points as he makes 1 of 2.
Gardner travels.
Oh, he traveled. Yeah, that was. He thought about
pretty
passing
obvious.
it.
Yeah, and he got caught up.
It was one of those. The momentum caused him to take too many steps. Again, another possession for Calvary to cut it to 10.
Lotta, short. Loose balls. Caden Avery, nice job. Gardner's got it.
They're just using the shot clock now.
Yeah, just wasting time to find the open shot.
Calvary stays patient. Maybe force a turnover. Contested shot.
Holloway, nice job. Loose ball. Holloway on the floor. Pender's got it. Pender scores.
Right place, right time for Levi Pender.
Pender, leading scorer in tonight's matchup. Gives him 16 on the night. Puts the Gators up by 14.
There's a foul on Glenwood as he drives the baseline, TJ Benson. Benson, leading scorer for Calvary with 15. He will go to the line to shoot 2. If Calvary could just cut it to single digits going in the fourth quarter, they got a chance to try to get back into this game. Coach Gordon could use his bench, and try to wear out the starters for Glenwood, because Glenwood, they only have really 2 people on the bench. Tyler Sykes has not seen action since the first quarter.
Knocks them both down to Benson. Back to 12. Here's Gardner. Gardner to Baker. Baker back to Gardner. Good job breaking the press. Pender smartly doesn't shoot it. No reason to when you're up by 12, trying to waste some clock. McCrane, Baker. Holloway drives. Holloway scoop layup and in.
What an incredible shot. Finger roll, uses the screen.
Great job. We got a battle between Holloway and Benson going at it. Benson, three-pointer short. Gardner's got it. Jump ball. It's going to stay here with Calvary.
I think Benson rushed that shot. I mean, if he just planted his feet, he could have got a better shot off. But up 14 for Glenwood with 1:17 left to go. Let's see if Calvary can close out this quarter, try to cut it back to a 10-point lead.
Jump down. Hokut extended his forearm. That's an easy call.
Hokut was trying to use that baseline to get one of those mid-range jumpers.
Right. You can put your shoulder into them. You can't put your forearm. And you definitely can't extend it.
That's almost out of bounds. Pender saving it.
Less than a minute. Avery flying in there. Crane. Baker thought about shooting him a Crane. Shouldn't have put it on the floor. Should have just laid it in. Baker gets a steal, throws it up to Pender. Pender lays it up and in and gets an and one. Nice job by Levi Pender. Good pass by Baker.
.32 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Levi Pender, 18 points.
Darian Walls is going to check in. Pender knocks down the old-fashioned three-point play.
But I tell you, the starters for Glenwood has played a lot of minutes. I mean, it's hard to get them out of the rotation.
Well, they're only playing with 8 players. And then Sykes is not even playing right now.
So they're really playing with 7.
And then, of course, they are missing 4 players. 4 of them are at the AISA All-Star game. Walls.
Walls will go to the line to shoot 2. I tell you what, is the talent that Glenwood has playing with 7, 8 players. I mean, they have not had a lot of depth in this game, but they've been playing a lot of minutes. They're stars. They're starters.
And you can tell, too, this is a new team with Coach Gordon. All right, and they're a young team. There's a lot of new faces on this team.
They'll continue to improve throughout the season.
Yeah, but on the flip side, Glenwood's played together for a while, and this is majority of the team that won a state championship last year. Griff Gardner to Holloway, who cut in, throws it up, and Benson gets a steal. Benson to the rack and scores, makes it a 14-point game. Last 7 seconds of the third. Stolen again by Lotta. Lotta goes up and misses. That would have been a big layup to make it to 12. So after 2 quarters, Calvary's down by 14, and now after 3, Glenwood's up by 14. We'll be right back after this. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live. here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We got one more quarter to go. 59-45 Glenwood with the lead. But you can see now in this one, Gators have forced Calvary turnovers. They've gotten better shots, to be honest with you. Just a good job breaking down the defense by passing, getting the ball in the middle of the court, and having guys be in the right position to score.
And Thrift, may I remind you, they are the defending AISA champions.
For a reason. And Darren Walls gets the steal. Walls lays it up and in. Good steal from Darren Walls. They're playing a 1-3, now a full court press. Pender. We'll call a hand checking on Walls.
I tell you what, Thrift, I'm really excited about seeing this rematch on December 11th. I think you're going to see a different Calvary team. You're going to see a deeper Glenwood team because they're going to have all their football players back, but it's going to be a different style of game. And really, I don't think home court matters because there's just as many Glenwood fans here as Calvary fans. I mean, the Calvary fans are going to go to Glenwood on December 11th as well. Still plenty of time left in this game. Calvary's only down by 12.
59-47. McCrane. He got away with a travel.
Thought that was
ball.
Good defense.
Avery gets the rebound, and here comes Calvary. Down by 12. Benson. To Kobe Knight. Stops. Back to Benson. Benson for three. Good!
I think you need to run the offense through Benson.
And I think he needs to play more off ball. I know he's played point guard, but having him off ball to knock down shots, he's been your primary scorer right now.
And he's got 22 points.
There's a shoe on the floor. Griff Gardner lost his shoe.
So what TJ Benson has done tonight, he was held scoreless in that first quarter. And he's got 22 points. He averages 25.8 points on the season. But you're right, he needs to play off guard, shooting guard. I know he likes to run the point. I would let Kobe Knight run the point and just let TJ Benson shoot because he's got an incredible shot, shoots the lights out. When he gets hot, he can get hot, and now they've cut it to single digits. It's 59-50.
7:05 remaining. Pender, Baker, Holloway, Gardner, and McCrane are the five for the Gators. Benson, Walls, Avery, Knight, and Lotta are the five for the Knights. Closest it's been since the first. River Baker scores. Nice job. Flash cutting, and almost a steal from Holloway.
Glenwood has brought it back up to 11. 1-0 on the season. Calvary is 2-2 on the season.
Lotta is going to shoot a deep three. It's short. Rebound Walls. Walls misses.
Good defense by McCrane.
Pender travels.
Another turnover for Glenwood is going to go back to Calvary. Like we mentioned, Calvary's next game is going to be on the road against the Carver Tigers, that school on the hill, Thursday, November the 30th.
By the way, shout out to Coach Coffey and the Carver Tigers. Got a big one against Savannah Christian. If they can win that, they're in the state championship Friday
night
at Otis Spencer Stadium.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be huge. Anytime we get a team playing in December.
Walls, turnaround jump shot, no good. Good, nice job by Avery. Reset the shot clock. Benson's going to go baseline. Benson's going to float it up and in.
He makes it look easy.
Yeah, and Benson's taking over this game for Calvary. Still a 9-point game. They've battled back. I like the heart from this Calvary team. Pender. Holloway. Pender. No. Baker saves it to Holloway, and Holloway travels.
And that was a good contested shot because you had just great defense by Dylan Walls. And he altered the shot just a little bit, and it forced the turnover. Calvary down by 9. 5:38 left to go.
Holloway, nice job. Incredible effort by Jadarian Holloway.
That was a very interesting play, but just the effort by Holloway to get to the ball to force a jump ball. But it's going to stay with Calvary. Down by 9, Calvary's just got to run the offense through TJ Benson. Let him take over this game.
Knight. Spin move. Out to Benson. They call a foul. If you're Calvary, you almost want that foul not to be called because you're getting it to the guy that's knocking the threes down.
Exactly. Knight's driving the baseline. He gets the quick double team. He kicks it out to TJ Benson. He's wide open for the 3. That's the game plan, Thrift. You got to get the Glenwood defenders to try to drive away from TJ Benson and let him get the ball.
Turnaround, no good. Oh, yep.
It's going to go back to Glenwood.
They're going to say that's off of Calvary.
Still plenty of time in this game for Calvary.
Holloway falls but gets it to McCrane.
Good defense by Calvary, not drawing the foul.
Yeah.
Tipping it away. It goes off of Glenwood. Liam Holcutt is coming back into the game.
Now for Dylan Walls.
Need that post player just in case the shots don't fall down for Benson. Get a mid-range jumper, and plus size in there for the...
Holcutt, nice job using his big body to get a good shot, but short.
Good defense by TJ Benson as well.
Pender.
Just using up the shot clock here.
Baker. Pender. 10 seconds remaining. To McCrane, nice job. Pender underneath the basket and lays it in. Wasting time and getting a good look. That has been the Glenwood mantra. Timeout, Calvary, 30 seconds. We'll take 1-2. Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Be back after this. Welcome back here, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Last 4:16, Glenwood up by 11, 63-52. Right now in the game for Calvary, you got Phoenix Griffith, you got Liam Holcutt, you got Caden Avery, Kobe Knight, TJ Benson. Same 5 coming back out for the Gators. Calvary did get it to 9, but that's the closest they've been able to get it so far. Benson drives. Benson gets fouled.
And that was a good screen by Calvary. Latta with the... So non-shooting foul.
Latta comes out. Phoenix Griffith in. What a steal from Holloway. Holloway to the rack. Almost gets an and one.
I was going to say, that was a good screen by Avery as TJ Benson was driving the lane. But Calvary has got to find offense. If they run it through TJ Benson and right now you're just stopping the momentum. These fouls, and now Holloway's going to the line.
Holloway came out of nowhere to steal that ball.
DeAndre Hurd checking back into the game for Calvary.
Holloway misses that. Here comes Hurd. Benson crosses over, drives, and finishes. Strong move from the left hand, T.J. Benson, who's already well over 20 points in the game.
26 points. That's close. Yeah, that's his scoring average.
McCrane just working the shot clock now. Man-to-man defense now for Calvary.
It's back to a 10-point game. Glenwood trying to go to 2-0 on the season.
They're going to actually, they call that on the floor for Calvary.
Next home game for Calvary, they're back here on Saturday against Springwood. Out of Lynette.
River Baker, turnaround, misses. Drive, Holloway, scoop layup and scores. What a scoop layup from Jadarian Holloway. A zippity-doo-dah-day.
17 points for Holloway.
66-54. Avery gets a block by McCrane. Holloway slows it down and smartly brings it back. Freshman understanding the game, knowing there's no reason to rush right now. Pender. In the hands of Baker. And
yeah, that's going to be a foul.
hand check for number John Caperlis, the small forward, who just got in the game for the first time. Oakut fouls out. So he is done for the night. McCrane to Baker. Holloway, no reason to shoot this. Nice job.
But he does.
Nobody's going to step up.
Of course.
You don't have to rush it, but heck, if they're going to give you that little 5-foot bunny, I take it every single time too. 14-point lead. Last 2 minutes of this one. Griffith, the Lotta. Lotta drives, throws up a wild shot and scores.
Lotta's got 8 points.
Nice job by Lotta. 2 threes and a layup. Holloway. Wasting clock. Glenwood's done this pretty much the whole second half.
Yeah, they jumped out to that big lead in the first half, and they just
Pender.
trying to eat up clock.
And they're going to call an offensive foul.
Well,
they're going to call an offensive foul on someone.
Well, the leading scorers in this game, Levi Pender with 21 points for Glenwood. For Calvary, T.J. Benson with 26 points.
Lotta for 3. Get himself in double digits. Knocks that down. It's a 9-point game. Still a minute 21 remaining.
Wondering if Calvary's just going to play the foul game now.
Well, backcourt violation.
They could cut this to 6. Could be a 2-possession game with a minute 17 left to go. This is not the position that Glenwood wanted to be in with a minute remaining in this game.
Griffith to Lotta. Lotta steps up. No, misses. Avery rebound, goes up strong, misses. Into the hands of Lotta. Last minute, Benson's got it. Benson Too hot for Avery. Ball on the floor. Bodies on the floor. Benson, not even close. And then a foul. It's going to send, I think, Avery maybe to the line. I don't know if they're in the bonus yet or not. A lot happened right there in that sequence. A lot of bodies hitting the floor.
But Calvary not giving up on the play. Just the aggressiveness, the hustle of T.J. Benson. It's going to be an on-shooting foul, so it's going to be taken underneath the basket. Down by 9.
And a full timeout for Glenwood. Thank you to State Farm and Carroll Purdue. Called them for a quote today. Terry Johnson Agency, same thing. Insurance done right. Auto, Home, Life, Church. Barringer Construction for all your home remodeling needs. And Avery Tree Care. You want to be a sponsor for us throughout the basketball season, please reach out and give us a call. Georgia, Alabama Sports Live, 51.9 remaining here. Calvary down by 9. They have stayed within striking distance this entire quarter, but have not got it closer than 9.
Glenwood really has not put this game away. I mean, they had their chances to put it away, but Calvary just continues to battle back. And if they could get a bucket here, it's going to make things interesting. They're going to play the foul game because there's not a lot of time left. But if you put Glenwood on the line, you could trade 2s for 3s.
Nobody was looking, but Benson was able to save it.
Good
They ain't going to have a lot of time. He's got to jack it up and does. Misses. Rebound. Got to get rid of it. Pender's got it. Now you got to start fouling. They're going to try to get a steal. Pender, Holloway. Nice job breaking the press, pulling it back out. Very smart. I don't know who Holloway's throwing it to. Not even on the same page. Coach Brew is looking at him in disbelief. Couldn't believe he made that pass. 27.4 remaining. Benson drives, and Benson gets fouled.
What a night for T.J. Benson. He's got 26 points. He could try to match Michaela Reed's performance in the girls' game earlier today. That's what I like about these two Calvary teams. They've got a young team. They've got some players with a bright future at Calvary.
No doubt about it. But I like this point guard matchup between Benson, the sophomore, and number 11, the freshman, Jadarian Holloway.
They've had a battle. I mean, they've been going back and forth defensively. I mean, Holloway's been guarding Benson. Benson's been guarding Holloway.
They're going to – so Baker fouls out. And Glenwood's going to play with 4 players. They're actually going to play with 4 players right now.
And we have seen this before when your players foul out, that it's like in soccer when a player gets a red card and you're playing with one less player.
Benson cannot make a free throw, and I think it's just going to stick at 9. Holloway brings it out. He's going to hold it, and that looks like it's going to be it unless there is a steal. Holloway blocks it right back out. 6.6 remaining. Glenwood heading to 2-0. And again, Glenwood without 4 players because they're playing in the AISA All-Star football game. And last shot by Lotta is no good. Avery's going to get one up and miss. And that will do it. The Gators come in here and take care of business, and they win 68-59. Coach Purdue's team goes to 2-0 in the season. Calvary goes to 2-3. It's been a long night here. We appreciate everybody that was tuning in. Make sure to tune in tomorrow on Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. Thursday we got basketball, and then we'll be doing the Pacelli Basketball Coaches show on Sunday. From Thrift Barringer, Richard Holdrige, Christopher Gates, we appreciate all the love we've gotten all year long, and we'll continue to grind. We'll see you next time on Georgia, Alabama.